going?
Turn left, yep. Arizona 95.
Turn left on 95. Perfect timing. Hey, everybody, I'm David.
And I'm Brenda.
And we're from OutsideOurBubble.com, and you're traveling live with us today as we go from Quartzsite, Arizona to Picacho Peak State Park. And right now we're just pulling off of Plamosa Road where we had Uberfest, which was a complete success. And we had a great time out there with a lot of people that showed up to meet us, had a wonderful chat session and technical support sessions.
Yes.
And then we had a great exclamation point party.
So, a great ending to a great event.
Yeah. So any case, if you're joining us, then you know about who we are, probably. And but for those of you who don't know who we are, once again, and sorry about the contrast here. I can't do anything about the sun. Kind of hard. When we get going west, it'll be better. But in any case, I'm David.
And I'm Brenda.
And we're from OutsideOurBubble.com. We're an RV travel blog, and we do all types of RV things. We have a lot of YouTube videos and a lot of blog posts and what have you. You're traveling today in a Tiffin Allegro bus, 2014 model 45LP. We are 42,000 pounds loaded. We're pulling a 5,600 pound Jeep behind us, and total length, the coach is 45 feet long, but with the Jeep behind us, we're 64 feet long. Our average miles per gallon, because we always get that question, is about 7.5 miles per gallon. And this signal is coming to you from a MEVO, MEVO streaming camera. It should be in high definition, 720p, and it's being broadcast on a Verizon 4G network. Powered by WeBoost, which helps keep our signal strong on when we're on the road. So there's a chat window on your screen there. You can ask us live questions if you so desire, and we'll answer them as we can.
Yep, we
that's
already
about
have Tennessee, Montreal, Canada, Quebec, Buenos Aires. John wants to know if we're planning on attending the Tiffin Rally in May in Indiana. No.
No, we're not planning on it in May, unless we get invited to go directly. You can imagine how swamped we would be if we were at a Tiffin Rally. So unless we wouldn't go to one unless we were asked to come by the Tiffins or something, or the Allegro group. Just because it's a trip for us to go from New York, where we'll be at that time, to there, and plus when we're there, we would probably be swamped with people and questions, which is fine because that's what we do, like at Uberfest. That's one of the reasons we have Uberfest, so people can meet us and what have you. But right now we are not planning on doing anything at the Tiffin Rally in May. But thank you for asking.
Yeah. At Concord, New Hampshire. Aloha from California.
Hello. Is this the turn love up here that we're going to take?
No, not yet.
Not yet? Okay. We're going to go a different way this time. We're not going to go through the city. Excuse me, city.
I was going to say, Quartzsite is not a city.
It's a
like two stoplights.
Yeah, it's a town, but this time of day the town is packed with people trying to get in and out of the big event. So what we're going to do is we're going to go around.
Take some back roads.
Yeah, we're going to go some back roads to get through it. That beeping you heard was because I'm coming up on a car in front of me, and it's a 55 mile an hour road, and he's doing 42 miles an hour. Great. So now people behind me think it's us that's going slow, and it's not us. So I don't know why he's going so slow.
Morning from Minnesota.
Hello. Just want to beat my big air horns.
Hello from New York State.
Hey, you're cold people. We'll be there in April.
Yep.
We'll be upstate New York, the good part.
Yeah, these people are going really slow.
Can I beat my horn?
No, let's just...
We're turning up there.
Yeah. You see the flag and stuff. That's right where we're turning.
Okay. People ask us also, hey, why aren't we seeing the road? Why aren't we seeing you two? Because we're cute. No, because we also have 2 live cameras also streaming on our website. which reminds me to tell you about that. So if you're looking for a live view out the front, or you want to see our tow car in the back, you can go to outsideurbubble.com, and in the menu there's live cams. You click on the live cam link and you have a dashboard view and a rear cam view you can also look at. So I can't show them at the same time on YouTube.
This is where you're turning them.
Yep, I can only do one at a time streaming on YouTube, so that's why the other cameras. And the other two cameras, by the way, the dashboard view and the rear view, are online 24/7. As long as we have internet, those cameras are always live. There's no audio on those cameras for obvious reasons. Oh, look, those people are taking a picture. How cute, by the Arizona sign, a Quartzsite sign. They must be first timers. I think we did that one year.
Yeah, I think so.
So I'm going to turn down here.
That was
which
years
is
ago when we started coming here, so.
All right, turn. Excuse us, people coming through. Wide turn ahead. There we go. Thank you. Not a truck route. Well, we're not a truck. We're an RV, right? Weight limit 10 tons. Wait, that's 20,000 pounds. So I can't go this way. That's not good.
Well, I'm not sure why, unless I mean, there's no bridges or anything here.
They don't. I bet you they don't want people to go through there. But
They probably don't want people avoiding the town,
yeah.
like we just tried to do.
Yeah. Well, if it's got a weight limit, then I can't go down that road. But that doesn't make any sense.
Well, we'll just have to go through the town and be patient.
Yeah, it's going to be
More than likely, it'll take a while to get through the stoplight.
Well, he's over 10,000 pounds or 20,000 pounds.
Yes, he is. We don't know how far down he came from, though.
But the sign's right there, so he shouldn't have passed the sign.
Well, for all we know, there's an RV park down there, love.
But the sign would be not good, though.
I understand that.
Yeah. Well, that was just a little upsetting.
I wouldn't chance it. We looked at Google Maps. There's nothing there.
Well, seeing that we're 42,000 pounds, like I mentioned earlier, that's 20,000 pound road. Then we're not gonna chance it. Oh, I think that he's being at that white
pickup
truck that's not going very fast.
Yeah, and I think that white pickup. Yeah, he's going around him.
Jeez, that's dangerous on that road.
Oh man.
That's a 65-mile-an-hour road, and he's going around them.
Yeah.
I can't get by this.
Turn
guy.
left on North Central Boulevard.
So now
All
I have
right.
to
Well,
turn.
our plans were to try and avoid the town.
We tried. Now we just had our. See, this is live. See what happens on live streaming?
That's a small little thing of we make our plans in Jello.
See what happens on live streaming? I saw you, buddy. I saw you. You were slowing down to let us both out, and you did. So thank you very much for that. So.
All right. Well, that was fun.
That was fun. See,
Little detour.
we had to do a U-turn and stuff, and right there was the fire department, so I used their big entranceway to do a quick wide swing turn. And this coach, by the way, being as big as it is, has a really good turning radius, so that worked out actually very well for us. The turning radius is amazing.
Continue on North Central Boulevard.
What we'll do now, since we're going through the town, is, Brenda, if you want to spin the camera forward, they can then see the town. And
Town of Quartzsite?
yeah, you don't have to unlock anything this time. I have it so you can just turn the camera, go this way, go right, so the wire doesn't wrap
All right.
up.
Just watch your speed because it does slow way down in here.
Yes, it does. Thank you, dear.
And there's lots of people doing U-turns and.
Like that one.
Yeah.
So go ahead and.
I'm getting there.
Oh, I'm sorry. We'll just turn that
Give
camera.
me a second.
Looks like the traffic's not that bad though, so we're lucking out here. And so here's the town of Quartzsite. Just make sure you're actually too far.
Thrilling and exciting.
Thrilling and exciting. This is Quartzsite, Arizona. This is right now the RV Mecca this time of year. This little town of 3,500, I think it is, turns into something like a couple 100,000 over the month of January.
Yeah.
So
Right now there's a big RV tent event with lots of vendors and things, which this year wasn't as thrilling as other years, but
Turn left on
right
East
after
Main
this
Street.
big tent event, this goes on for 2 weeks. Right after this big tent event, they have a big rock and gem show for a lot of the rock hounds out here. So, okay, now this traffic actually isn't that bad
Yeah,
compared to what we were in before.
yeah, we were backed up
probably a good distance before.
It took us probably a good 5 stoplights to get through it.
Oh, more than that, love.
More than that?
Whoa, buddy.
That's what I said, you gotta watch the people in here.
You saw this big rig coming, didn't you, buddy?
That's
Of
why
course.
he scooted out
That's
so
why-
fast.
yeah, that's why
he wanted to get in front of us.
That's right.
Turn left on East Main Street.
But the
So-
semis hate traveling through here this time of year.
Yeah, what you're seeing ahead of us, that's the bridge that goes over I-10. There's no way to on I-10. We have to go left or right to get on I-10. But that's the bridge going over I-10, and on the other side of that is where the Big Ten event is going on, and that's why there's so much traffic on that. What really gets me nervous is when we get to the top of that bridge, I usually try to stay on one side of the joints of the bridge than the other when I have the rig going over it, because the weight, it makes me nervous with that much weight of all the RVs
Yeah, and everybody
and
stopped.
semis and stuff parked right on the archway of the bridge. And I know they're made to support that, don't get me wrong, but it's just,
It's just daunting.
yeah. And I will say the bridges out here in Arizona are well maintained, and they're beautiful bridges.
Yeah, they're not like back
New York.
where we're from in New York. What was that?
That was my secondary TPMS backup. Well, not my backup, my
Oh,
test
that
one.
you just had sitting there?
Yeah, I had it sitting there, so I was testing it.
All right. Well, we'll get it.
Oh, come on, buddy.
Continue
That guy.
1 mile to the
I think
end
I
of the
tried to
street.
pass you on the left as we were
Turn
turning left.
No, that guy that was going to be going in the signal light started moving forward because the light changed. So he started moving forward before I cleared my turn. So he was actually going right into our tow vehicle. I mean,
People just don't think.
No.
They really don't.
so he was closing the gap of my turn that I had, and I had to jerk back the other way to make my tow vehicle give it a little bit wider because he decided to pull forward because of a green light. I'm glad I can see him in my mirror.
Yeah.
If anybody was watching on the rear view camera, you just saw that happen. You were probably going, "Oh no, look out!" So I hope our audio is good. We did an audio test and everything, and I hope we're not peaking our audio. I hope the volume is pretty good. So everything should be going good. Are you trying to listen to it?
Yeah.
At the end of the street, turn
That
right.
was the whole town of Quartzsite.
Yeah.
We're on the outer edge now.
Yeah, and
So I hope you didn't blink.
and you can see there's more RV sales out here, and this only happens this time of year.
Yeah.
All these
These
places.
are all like temporary.
Yeah, temporary
Sales
RV sales
places.
places. But we came out here because it's just interesting to come out and see the people. We will say that we were very, very disappointed in the tent this year. The big RV tent.
The big RV tent, you would think it's
RV.
promoted for all these RVers to come out,
Turn
and
right on South Riccos Avenue, then take the first left.
yet when you go to the Big Ten event, they had hardly anything for RVs. It was all things for homes, like four places that were selling hot tubs.
Soft side hot tubs, portable hot tubs. Yeah, it might be portable, but it's not something you would bring in your RV.
Yeah.
It makes zero
Well,
sense.
no, some of them weren't even portable. They were the hard, big 8-person hot tubs. It's like, really? Come on, people.
Yeah, so there was so much junk at the tent
There
this
was
year.
a lot of junk.
Junk.
Not the
junk.
hot tubs are junk. We had a hot tub when we had our house.
Right,
But they're useless for RVs.
Yeah, it
I-10 East.
doesn't make the sense to have them in a place that's supposedly for all RV stuff.
Yeah. When
And,
we get on the highway, I'll turn the camera back around to us.
Okay. So now we're going to be getting on the highway here.
See, and there's some RV parks out here. There's one right there in front of us that's...
And I don't think this guy knows where he's going because he just got off the expressway and now he's getting right back on. And there's no entrance way. I mean, there's not another entrance for a long way.
No, there isn't.
So I don't know what he turned around to do.
As I always say, not my problem.
Not my problem.
As long as he's not in my way, it's not my problem.
That's very true. Not my problem. Don't have to deal with it. I'm just going to adjust my chair real quick here. Do you have your chair all the way forward, by the way, love?
I do.
Okay, great.
Okay, I'm gonna move you back around so you can see us. Hi.
Hi. Just look at the view right there to align it.
I am. I'm looking at.
Yeah, right here though, because it can be off one way or the other. Just look at
I can't see. We put my
Continue on
sunglasses.
I-10.
turn it toward me a little bit.
Yeah.
What I do is I try to match the windows, the side windows. There we go. That looks
There
good.
we go. All right.
So now we're on I-10, and I don't know if you can see us or not. Dang, it's dark.
Well,
The contrast again is not good.
we have no control over the sun.
No, we do not. I had one guy
We have
write
control over our shades, but that's not going to help in this case.
I did have one comment from one of our other drive videos is somebody wrote and said, it's boring just watching you guys drive. You can
Well,
always change the channel.
Then why are you watching us drive and making that comment?
The whole point is to drive and to chat with people along the way. And he obviously didn't know that we had the front and the rear view cameras. So that's okay. I mean, the point is to talk with people and to answer some questions along the way. And that's really, I wish I can adjust that brightness. Let me see what I can do.
Are you sure it's not the tablet?
No, it's not the tablet. It's the camera. For some reason, it's
Because
getting...
on the computer, it's dark, but I can see everything.
Oh, we can still see us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we could be brighter if I was to manually adjust the
Yeah, but
brightness.
The road's not straight, dear.
Yeah, it's true.
It's going to change.
That's true. Your phone's ringing.
Yeah.
And it's a 75-mile-an-hour road, by the way, so I'll be doing about 70 miles an hour because there is no wind today. It's beautiful driving conditions. If you want to, by the way, if you go to our front view or rear view camera, on our outside our bubble, outside ourbubble.com, and look at the live camera pages, right below that is a GPS tracker showing you exactly where we are. And if you click on the image of our coach on that tracker, you will actually be able to see telemetry information such as our speed, our course, our altitude, and things like that. So if you just click on our motor coach on that GPS tracker, you'll be able to get all that data in real time. Kind of cool technology. And but as the data that we have from Verizon. So
Yes.
if we get in a bad cell signal area or something like that, our signal will degrade or it will drop. But if you hang in there, it sooner or later will come back. But we won't know it drops, by the way. We'll be talking like this, and we might be talking to ourselves.
We have some people that are saying the audio was perfect.
Oh, good. Thank you very much.
Ken says thanks again for Uberfest.
Is
Another great time.
Is that Ken
Custis.
Hey, Ken Custis. How you
And
doing?
Diana, yep.
Glad you guys came out. Thank you for coming. Good to see you again. It was good to see you in New York, and it was good to see you back out in Quartzsite.
Jeffrey just signed on. Jeffrey, we are on I-10. We're heading back eastbound. So we're just left Quartzsite, Arizona. We're
And?
heading towards the Phoenix area, but we're going to be stopping today in Picacho Peak State Park.
Eastbound mile marker 24 currently. 24 currently.
Yeah, we just got on.
I-10 24. I-10 mile marker 24.
And when
east.
we get to Picacho Peak State Park, we'll turn the camera back around because it's a
Yeah.
really pretty state park that we love.
Yeah, when we finally get there, which right now our arrival time, well, 196 miles we still have to go. We will be making one stop 12 miles from Picacho Peak to take on fuel, and that will be at a Pilot or a Flying J, not sure which.
There's both there. We can just choose when we get there.
Choose, okay. So we'll be making one truck stop, and when we do that, whoa, wide load.
Wide load going slow.
Yeah. Didn't
Heavy,
see him because
heavy.
the semi in front of us was blocking it. So when we get there, we'll turn the camera around again so you can see us pulling into a truck stop, and
Ooh, he looks heavy.
yes, he does. And we just lost a lot of our momentum, and that's down. That's a bummer because we're currently going uphill and uphill grade through this little mountainous
is
region.
that?
He's carrying a heavy
Oh,
load
he's-
trailer.
He's carrying.
A trailer carrying a trailer.
The trailer is carrying a heavy load trailer, so he's therefore a heavy load because it's all steel, and there were like what 12 tires on each
Yeah.
side or something.
That was interesting.
Ken says someday a new project for you would be a picture-in-picture showing the two of you and a view out the
I
windshield.
can't do that. There's no way to do a picture-in-picture. I would have to have multiple cameras running, and
Different software,
in
different
different
cameras,
software,
yeah.
different cameras. And I know of no YouTube software or distribution platform that's for the MEVO camera that will allow doing picture-in-picture. That's why we do have, as Ken, you should know, we have the front camera and the rear camera always on 24 hours a day at outsideourbubble.com.
Yeah, and people just bring up two different screens on their computer and watch it that way.
Yeah. I wish I could do picture-in-picture. I would. That there's just not a way for us to currently do it.
That would be neat, but maybe in the future they'll get that together.
It's not like I want to spend more money. These MEVO cameras are $500 just for the camera, and it's because it's meant for streaming. It's meant for doing exactly what we're doing.
Yeah.
We're coming up to some mountain regions, but in the mountain regions here, I see cell phone towers on the top of them, so we should be good for our signal. We shouldn't lose it at all. How many people we got out there today?
We've got 78 watching us right now.
Hey guys, hello people from all over the world. For those of you who are just joining us, I'll just go through the quick spiel again. I'm David.
I'm Brenda.
And we're from OutsideOurBubble.com. We are an RV travel blog. You're currently, and a YouTube channel, obviously. We're currently traveling. Our coach is a 2014 Tiffin Allegro bus. We're 45 feet long. We weigh 42,000 pounds, how we're currently loaded. We're pulling a Jeep Grand Cherokee behind us, which is about, I think, 5,600 pounds. And with the Jeep, we're 64 feet long. Our average fuel economy in this configuration is 7.5 miles to the gallon. And we're currently headed east on I-10, currently crossing mile marker 28 on our route to Picacho Peak State Park, which is 192 miles from here. We'll be making one stop at a Flying J, 12 miles out from our destination. So that's really a pretty good recap, huh? I think, for people. Oh, we also have two live cameras, two other live cameras. If you go to OutsideOurBubble.com, they're live 24 hours, 7 days a week, as long as we have data. And you click on live cams and you'll find a dashboard camera and a rear view camera. Right now the dashboard camera is in direct sunlight, so it's probably getting a good reflection of itself in the window. But like I said, we can't do anything about the sun location. So, any case, Brenda's typing on her cell phone.
I'll be back in a second.
Yeah, it might be boring at times because talking for 3 hours straight is quite the feat. Well, even though I did it at Uberfest.
Here you can. Greetings from Germany.
Hello.
Pretty weird that you were driving down the road and I can watch you on my 50-inch in HD half around the world.
That is pretty cool, isn't it? It's pretty amazing, to say the least, that's for sure.
Marcelo wants to know, how many times do you drive behind a slow truck being unable to overpass it? And how long? Time to get a good coffee, time for a pizza. Ha ha ha.
As far as the truck, we only get in that situations when we're in mountainous regions, which to us is only about 5% of our travel. And since our engine, our engine is a 450 ISL. It's a 450 horsepower Cummins ISL engine. And seeing that we're only in mountainous regions 5% of the time, 2.5% of that is downhill. So to get in that situation, our slowest speed we get down to normally is 40 miles per hour. And hey, we're in no rush anyways, so that doesn't bother us. People always seem to ask me, with the new 600 horsepower engines, would I want that? And the answer is no, only because I'm not pulling a heavy load behind us. And like I said, only 5% of the time, 2.5% of that's downhill, that we're in a situation where we need that power. And let me tell you, the cost difference between the 450 ISL and the 600 ISL is $70,000. And that's because not only is it the engine, it's the transmission that has to be changed for the bigger torque handling. So $70,000 can buy a lot of diesel fuel. So it happens, but not on a lot of occasions. If we're on a straight road and I'm behind a slow semi, I have no problem passing them whatsoever. And they have no problem passing me because I'm only doing 70 miles an hour right now on a 75 mile an hour road.
Well, and that leads me into this question. How is your fuel mileage compare at 70 miles per hour versus 55 miles per hour on the highways?
Well, I really can't answer that. The reason is because I never really monitored it to that degree of checking it. I travel at the speed I'm comfortable at traveling, and we don't kind of
We don't travel to conserve fuel.
Yeah, we don't travel to conserve fuel.
But
some people do. Some people do.
Yeah, and obviously, if you're going 55 miles an hour, that will be better.
We'll conserve fuel. We have obviously less wind pressure to deal with on the front of the coach and what have you. So for sure, I know we would conserve fuel. In fact, that's one of the reasons the 55 mile an hour became that speed across most of the roads, is because that became, at the time, way back when, that was the most cost efficient way to travel at 55 miles an hour. That was one of the speeds that was the most cost effective for your gas use. Nowadays, with the new cars, everything's changed, obviously, and that all goes different. But you are correct. If we were traveling 55 miles an hour, it would take us longer to get somewhere, obviously, but we would also save and increase our fuel economy because we would have less windshield pressure from the oncoming wind and what have you. So that's a very good question. We, however, don't have an answer for you because we've never really monitored the 55 versus 70. We would have to travel X number of miles over over a time to figure that out, and we just never did. But very good question, though.
Somebody wants to know if we've looked into the 2018 Tiffins.
We have. We just saw a couple of them at the Quartzsite show, and I don't know if you have any questions for that. We did look at them. No, we're not buying a new coach. Again, Tiffin does not have a new floor plan that we find better than our 45 LP floor plan for our needs. Floor plans are, for an RV, living in an RV, it all comes down to floor plan and what works for you. So for us, the 45 LP was the best floor plan that we have found, and since then, this is a 2014. Tiffin doesn't have they don't have a 45 LP right now. They stopped them in 15, and now they just got the OP, the OPP, and another new one, and none of those are to our liking, to our needs, to our liking. So we won't be buying a new 18 Tiffin. And Newmar is the other one that contacted us, and we looked at them, and unfortunately, they don't have a floor plan that fits our needs either. Any better than what we have.
Yes. Steven Smoss says, what's your speed? Right now, David's going 70 miles per hour, but also if you go to our blog, outsidedourbubble.com, you can click on the top of the live cam view, and we have a live cam shooting out our windshield, the live cam in the back, but also at the very bottom there's a GPS tracker, and that'll tell you exactly where we are in the country. And if you click on the little icon that's our motorhome, it'll tell you our speed, our elevation, all sorts of things. It's pretty cool. Do we have a program to find places to stay overnight? Not really a program or an app. I know there's lots out there. If we're just traveling through an area, we'll stop at Walmart.
Yeah, the app's called Walmart.
Yeah.
Dun-dun-dun.
We'll stop at a Walmart overnight without a problem. On this trip, we're going to Picacho Peak State Park. That's only 3 hours away or something. Yep. So we're not going to stop anywhere, obviously. But then after that, we're going to head to Fredericksburg, Texas, which we love.
Yeah, on Monday we start traveling again.
Yeah, but
it'll be 3 days
Sunday.
worth of...
We leave Sunday. Today's Wednesday.
Oh, so we're not going to be able to watch the football game?
There's no football game.
Oh, that's right, because they already did the playoffs and then...
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Oh, good.
No, I'm all good with that.
You're all good. You got that.
We'll be in Fredericksburg.
Brenda plans that out, so she has that covered. Yay.
Yes.
I should have known better.
Yeah.
I should have. I'm sorry, my love.
No, but they... when we're heading to Fredericksburg, that's going to be a 3-day trip for us because we're going to take it slower and only travel about 4 or 5 hours a day, which is what we like to do. We try to do that normally, so we don't tire ourselves out, and there's really no rush to get somewhere.
So we'll have coming up on Sunday. You can travel with us if you enjoy this sort of thing. Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday.
Yeah.
So get your questions ready and get your Pop-Tarts ready because we eat Pop-Tarts in the morning time when we travel.
Yeah, I try to make, I also have breakfast cookies. That's what I call them.
Yeah, but you didn't make any.
I didn't make it because I need bananas.
So we'll have Pop-Tarts.
Yes, we will have Pop-Tarts because I need bananas, and we're not going to be anywhere near where I can get bananas.
So have your Pop-Tarts ready, and then you can have breakfast with David and Brenda in the morning.
Jim Brooks says, coffee in the morning and outside our bubble. The day is going to be good.
I'm glad you think so. I hope our travel day is enjoyable for you. I just think it's funny that somebody in Germany is watching us on a 50-inch television.
In HD.
In HD. That's just amazing to think that. You still got the image? Are we still visible? It looks pretty dark on the tablet.
Yeah, it's dark, but on the computer we're still visible.
And then they can see out both our windows.
I just have to double check our front and rear view cameras because somebody says they don't seem to be coming up. So let me just see if they're coming up for me.
It could be that your browser is blocking the software that runs or something. That could be a possibility. Or it could be a possibility they're offline currently.
Came up just fine.
So if you want that's our front camera. If you can see it in that's our front camera.
Yeah, it's kind
so
of
it
hard
is
to
working.
see, but yeah, it just popped right up for me.
Check your browser settings for pop-ups or whatever. Allow them on our site. Allow Java. I don't know what. I forgot what it is. It should just run straight HTML5. I believe that's how we're doing that. Through when that's a Micro 7 camera. So. Oh, and by the way, on those cameras, they'll only run for 3 minutes at a time. Then you got to reload it. You have to click restart.
Okay, this is pretty cool.
Okay.
Peter says, "Good morning, David and Brenda.
Morning,
and regards from Denmark, from the drilling rig.
Wow. Really?
Marsk Guardian. Thanks for your videos."
Wow.
So what? A drilling rig
in Denmark.
People are watching us. Hi.
Now
that's kind of cool.
I have a question for you, and this will allow us to find out if he's still watching. Peter.
Yep.
I have a question for Peter, and this will allow us to find out if he's actually still watching us in Denmark. Is your drilling rig? Are you on land or are you on water? I'm kind of curious. Is Denmark? Does it surrounded by water?
They got water.
That sounds like a stupid question, but I don't look at that part of the country very often. But I'm kind of curious because that would be really cool if you're getting it via satellite connection or something because you're out on, or if you're getting it via cellular connection or hardwire. I'm just kind of curious because that's really cool to know that somebody on a drilling rig
in
Denmark is watching us. Woo! Sorry, guys.
That was weird.
Yeah.
Richard says, our live broadcast on YouTube seems to show a little delay versus our dash cam on our website.
Yeah, they're two different. Yeah, that's for sure. That's going to be because they're two different streaming services, and they have two different bufferings. Or you could be, I don't know which one's ahead of which on your computer, but maybe YouTube might be a little behind, and you might not be on our live feed. If you refresh your page, you might jump ahead of time or something like that. But yes, the two feeds are definitely not going to match because they're two different streaming services. The front and rear cameras are Micro 7 streaming servers. The Micro 7 cameras have a free streaming service, which is what you're using. And of course, YouTube has its own YouTube streaming services. They're not going to match up whatsoever.
That person that asked us about if we had looked at the 2018 Tiffins.
Yes.
They wanted to know what's the difference between our floor plan compared to the 18s.
Well, it depends on which 18 floor plan you're referring to because they're multiples. They don't make our floor plan anymore to begin with.
Yeah.
So the next one they came out with after our floor plan was the OP model, 45 OP, and then the 45...
And then they have the OPP.
OPP they came out with after that. We don't like those only because of one big reason to us, and that's because the OP and the OPP, they took 8 inches out of the kitchen.
Yeah.
8 inches is a lot to remove from a kitchen. And they put it they tried to put it in the bedroom to give them more space on the side of the beds, but they didn't translate that very well, and they only gained 1.5 inches on each side of the bed, yet they lost 8 inches in the kitchen. We actually have people have had people who own OPs or OPPs that have then come into our coach to see our coach, and one of the first remarks we usually get, from the woman, is, "Boy, your kitchen seems much larger," and that it is. It's 8 inches larger, and that is because you got to remember, things in the kitchen have fixed sizes that can't change.
The microwave, the dishwasher, the stovetop.
Yeah, so those have fixed dimensions that can't change. So the only thing that can change is the counter size and the cabinets and the sink sizes, drawers, all of which are smaller. So it makes a big difference. That makes a big difference because we live in the front of the coach. We want the most room in the front of the coach. We don't live in the back of the coach. So that's one of the reasons.
The back of our coach is plenty big.
Oh yeah, yeah. And not to mention our bathroom, even though the bathroom in the OP and OPP are wider and they give you more space, and the showers are much nicer, they're much larger showers. However, our sink countertop, we have a lot more space on our sink countertop than the OP or the OPP, a lot more.
Well, yeah, those models behind the sink faucet, there's such little room, you can't put a box of Kleenex back there or anything. And we've got a box of Kleenex behind ours plus extra room on top of that.
Yeah.
So we've got, our countertops are really deep.
So it all comes down to floor plan, and so it all depends on what floor plan you're talking about and if you want our opinion, because again, all of this is based on opinion. So everything that we say in this entire video, if we're talking about product or something like that, if somebody asks us a question, is only based on our own experience and on floor plans based on our own needs and wants and opinions. So what somebody might be out there who owns an OP saying, oh, no, you're crazy. I would rather have the space in the back like we do. And that's great. And that works for you. So it all comes down to what your wants, needs, and needs are. Wants and needs, I just said that 3 times. And what they have available. If they had a 45 LP still available, we probably would buy an 18 LP or wait for the 19, only because of some changes that they've put in the electronic side of things for controls. That's about it.
So on a little side note, because you put in the GPS, I didn't check your route. What's your next turn? Because I think that's wrong.
Once again, the Garmin has an issue where I have to click 3 buttons to find out.
Your next one should be exit 112, which is Arizona 85 South.
No, it's giving me exit 143B.
Yeah, see, that's going through Phoenix. We don't want to do that.
So we want to get off before that?
We're taking exit 112.
So before that, yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Going towards Gila Bend. Or Gila Bend, I think it's
I don't know how to change that.
Well, I'll tell you when you get close, and then we'll see how long it takes us to reroute it.
Well, yeah, we should see. I set the GPS. Brenda usually does, and she usually checks the route, and I just kind of set it. And
he just set it and said, "Okay, good."
Originally, though, it was correct because you said that's the correct distance, so it must be taking us the right way. Then we did our U-turn.
We did our U-turn, and it rerouted, and it might have plotted us a different way.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I heard, did my phone go off or your phone go off?
No, my phone. Okay.
So did Peter ever get back to us on the rig, on the oil, on the drilling rig?
I don't know yet. Adam wants to know what's the status of our fuel gauge.
Oh, it's all been fixed, Adam. You must have joined us one time before on a travel. It was actually the sending unit, the float sending unit inside the fuel gauge, the fuel tank, excuse me. Tiffin sent me out a new sending unit, which includes a float. And on this particular coach, that sending unit is directly you have to take it out of the fuel tank. So we had to have less than a half a tank of fuel in our coach to do it. And which we did. And it's right
behind the driver's front tire.
Yeah, so we raised up the coach on the jacks. I went behind the front tire, and I had to take 4 bolts out and pull it, and then put the new one in, put the 4 bolts in, make sure it's sealed with the new seal, and then just reconnect the connector, and that was that, and the fuel gauge is all good to go.
It wasn't difficult. We did take pictures.
Yeah, it wasn't difficult at all. 4 bolts to do it yourself. You just don't want to over tighten it because you don't want to pinch that seal too tight and crack the seal. You can kind of feel it when you go to take off the bolts how tight they were, and just kind of judge that going back.
I have not seen Peter pop back up yet. So
oh, bummer.
See. But Harrison says, I have been following you guys for years. I'm trying to convince my wife to travel with me like you guys are. How is your love life on the road? Has it been easy to maintain?
Hell no.
Oh, stop.
Only kidding, Pete, or whatever.
Harrison.
Harrison, I'm only kidding.
Well, we've been married 23 years, so we had a 4,300 or 4,200 square foot house in western upstate New York, and we were always in the same rooms in the house. So it's no different for us, at least. We're always together in the coach or whatever.
Yeah, we were always side by, even in the house that big. We had separate offices in our upstairs of our house. We ended up moving them together because
we're always together.
I don't know.
They were joined at the hip or something.
I don't know. For us, to us it's normal. I mean, I think I've only left Brenda through our 23 years one time on our first anniversary. I think it's only been one time where we've been separated for a week.
Yeah, David had to fly out from New York to Oregon, was it?
Yeah, it was Oregon.
To,
on our anniversary, our first anniversary.
On our first anniversary, he had to fly out to Oregon to fix some kind of
network issue
for
a
some
company.
So it wasn't like you left me.
No, I didn't leave you. I didn't leave Brenda. I just left her at the house. Yeah, but we're always together, so to us it's just normal. So traveling in a motor coach, it was no difference. We figured we can always buy another house, but we might not always be able to travel. So we decided to travel across this great country of ours and some of Canada. Newfoundland, oh my gosh, Newfoundland, what a beautiful place. And we got to take our other coach, not this one, across over on a ferry and travel Newfoundland for a month and a half. It was outstanding.
Yes, these motor coaches do go on the ferry very easily. There's semis that go on there all the time, and they park you and line you up, and let me tell you, they park you close. Your mirrors are almost touching. So, but it's well worth it.
Yes.
But you have to spend the time there. You can't just go there for a week or two because you're going to want to spend longer.
If anybody out there that was at Uberfest is out there watching, we just want to say hello and thank you again for coming. Uberfest is an event, Uber, OOB, not Uber as in the car driving service.
The taxi service.
Yeah. OOB, OOB, outside our bubble. Thank you for coming again. We really appreciate it.
We're 61 miles, by the way, to our exit.
61 miles? Okay.
Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, not at all. So in any case, thank you all for coming.
Stevens wants to know, they've enjoyed watching y'all. Have you added any aftermarket steering stabilizer to your coach?
No, on this coach we have not. The reason is because it has a independent front suspension, and I'm not aware of any stabilizing systems that do independent front suspensions. On our other one, there might be something that goes directly on the tire.
I just haven't looked into it.
Yeah, and I wouldn't, I don't think.
But our other
coach, we used the safety T as in Tom, safety plus bar on our other one that had the solid front. Losing my train of thought here.
We had the safety plus.
Safety as in Tom, which goes on the tie rod, and basically is 240 or 260 pounds of in or out pressure that would help you keep the coach straight in wind, or more importantly, a blowout situation of your front tire.
And that was a big difference on that coach.
Yeah, it was a big difference on something that has a tie rod. And
we still have it on our recommended items page on our outside our bubble blog.
Oh, bad section of road. Ick. We do have it still on our recommended items page. I'm just going to move over because this side of the road is bad. So I'm going more lane. It's very true. We live in this. We don't want to bounce it to death if we don't have to. And I'm coming up to some semis I got to pass anyways. So
yeah, that one just got on the highway.
So it's not like anyways, unfortunately, life is smoother in the left-hand lane because the right-hand lane is so heavily used, it gets broken down more. Unfortunately, you don't want to stay in the left-hand lane as much as possible because that left-hand lane is normally for passing. But we're out in the middle of nowhere. We're in Arizona. Their left and right lanes are pretty much clear for the most part. So if somebody wanted to get around me like they are right now in the right-hand lane, they're doing so, and they're trying to get around me so they can get around the semi that I'm catching up to.
But they don't see the two other semis.
They don't see the two other semis that are in front of us. So he just went nowhere, except for in front of us.
Well, if it makes him feel better, then more power to you.
Yep. And there's nobody behind me at all in the left-hand lane, so I don't feel bad for being here because I know I'm saving our coach from bouncing and the bad bounces. Every time you move one of these, by the way, it's like going through a 3.0 earthquake. Your whole house gets shaken and stuff. So it's I've never been in the 3.0 earthquake, but I can. That's
what
my
they say it's like.
Yeah, that's my estimation, and that's what that's basically what people mention it's like.
Fellow Western New Yorkers are watching us, and they're work camping in the Keys.
Oh, you're work camping in the Keys, but you're from what? The
They're
New York.
from Western New York.
Work camping in the Keys. What a gig! Nice gig.
Yeah.
Hope you did okay in the hurricane, but nice gig.
Glad to see we survived the desert, Brian says.
Yeah,
He's been in Moab buggy riding, heading back to Ohio as he sends this message.
Oh, we love Moab.
Yeah.
Love it. We've taken our Jeep off-road in Moab.
We got there last year.
Yeah.
We were there last winter.
Yeah, we got a Jeep Grand Cherokee Trail Rated Edition.
We tend to get there like every couple, 2-3 years.
Yeah, because we have to leave upstate New York earlier in order to do the top states before it gets too cold. To go to Moab.
Jim wants to know if we still have a full warranty on our RV.
No.
No, this is a 2014, so it's pretty much just, what, 1 year?
Well, the coach itself, the main coach is 1 year, and then your engine and chassis and stuff are different.
John Walker from Tennessee says, I was waiting for some live video from Quartzsite, and the only video I saw was David and the band. Did you do any live video that made missed?
24 hours a day, 7 days a week, live cam page on our website, outsideourbubble.com.
I think he means this kind of thing.
This live stream stuff?
Yes.
Well, it is live. The other one is live, but
I know,
it's just not like
just
this.
not us.
No, we did not do anything like this other than the live stream of the band. Because bandwidth out there is so extremely rare, way out where we were. See, Verizon and AT&T, there's only one tower out in Quartzsite because it's a town of only like 3,500 people. So there's only one tower out there. But during this time of year, it's just saturated with users.
Yeah.
And in order for me even to get a good signal, I had to put up a 4G directional antenna to shoot directly at the tower to get a good signal in order to do that. So to do those broadcasts, and this broadcast, of course, consumes a lot of data. Good thing we have an unlimited plan, or else we wouldn't be able to do this at all. But no, we didn't do any live broadcasts of Uberfest because we want you to come. Ha 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 ha. Done.
Where was it? Oh. Have we found a floor plan, regardless of motorhome brand, that we like a lot?
45 LP.
Yeah, we like this one, so that's why we bought this one.
Light traffic on your route.
Light
But
traffic, 19 miles per minute.
we haven't really looked too closely because we really enjoy this floor plan.
Well, and we right now
we've looked a little bit, but nothing. Like we haven't researched it.
Yeah, we don't research, but we do see floor plans that come out like Newmar and stuff. They'll send us the new floor plans, and because I guess they'd like us to drive their coach. And so far we haven't found anything that we like better than this floor plan. And floor plan is the key to RVing. You got to like what you live in. Way too many times have we met people who went to an RV show and they get the ooh and the because they've never seen a coach or anything, and they get the ooh and the ah effect.
It's just beautiful.
Beautiful, and they buy it on site without thinking about how they're going to use it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's RVs, motor coaches even now, where...
There's that one floor plan I just saw. I don't recall the what coach it was. But somebody had
that was
had
a
it up
Winnebago.
on Facebook.
It was a Winnebago.
Was it?
Yep.
Oh yeah. So somebody had it up on Facebook, and they had this floor plan, and I'm looking at it, and you got the living room with the couch, and then they had the dining table across from the couch in the living room, and then you've got mid-coach, you've got the kitchen, and then you've got the fireplace across from the kitchen, and I'm like, okay, if I'm sitting on the couch, where's the TV? The TV was all the way kitty corner across the coach and it popped up from the fireplace,
which was
in the kitchen.
In the kitchen side, the kitchen back end.
And I'm like, that makes no sense. If I'm sitting on the couch, I don't want to be staring at my kitchen table. I would rather have that in the kitchen, and then I would rather have my TV across from me on the couch.
And that's how ours is.
So, I mean, it's all floor plan. It was a beautiful coach. It was nicely done. I liked the colors.
The floor plan, yeah, the colors and everything was great.
It was just thinking about how you're going to use it and everything, and it just didn't make sense to me.
And as I mentioned, we've run into a lot of people, you know, buyer's remorse kicks in. They have the coach, they start to go out, and then they realize, what have we done? You know, I watch TV a lot, yet the TV is across the, you know, I mean, it's in a bad position.
Yeah.
Or the kitchen is on the passenger side and not on the driver's side, or the headboard is on the driver's side and not on the passenger side. And you're thinking, why does that make a difference? For those of you who don't know, well, what if the kitchen is on, if the kitchen itself is on the driver's side, that means your table is on the passenger side. So when you're sitting at your table, you're looking out
at your patio
where you're parked, and you're not looking out at the people next to you that, you know, sitting out there by their sewer connection or their fire, and the sewer, and your sewer line is right there.
Yeah.
And then the headboard, you want, in our opinion, you want the headboard on the passenger side, because again, you don't, on the driver's side, you're in somebody else's area, and for all you know, their fire pit might be right outside your slide out. And so if they're doing a fire, your headboard, I mean, the walls of these things aren't very thick. You can hear everything. So
yeah, so if you're trying to go to sleep and they're sitting outside at the campfire and
talking, and we can hear everything they say,
it's gonna make for a long night.
Yeah. So those are things that we look at, and for those of you who have RVs out there, many of you probably do, we're not trying to insult anybody with their design choice or their floor plan choice. Obviously, these are all opinions. But
and there's some people that don't even want the TV or turn it on. I mean, that's fine.
Yeah.
We're just TV people.
That's correct. So anyways, just understand that floor plan is a personal choice. But if you're not new to RVing and you're watching our videos because you're new to RVing or considering an RV, if you find a floor plan that you like, that you believe you like, then you want to go to the dealer and you want to ask to stay in our, and we've done this, you want to ask to stay in the motor coach for at least 6 hours. I'm not kidding. It sounds strange, but pretend you're using the coach as if you own it. Get in the shower. Don't run the shower, obviously, but
don't get naked.
Yeah, yeah, don't get naked.
That would be funny.
Yeah, but pretend you're using the shower and see how you feel. Lay on the couch. Take your shoes off. Lay on the couch. Turn the TV on. See if it's at the right place for you if you're a television person. Pretend you're cooking. Pretend, where am I going to store my pots and pans? Where's my plates going to go?
I was just going to say, we've been in coaches that are beautiful and gorgeous, and then I'm looking in the kitchen cupboards, and they're not even deep enough to fit a kitchen, a dinner plate.
Yeah. So
you know, they're very narrow. So you've got to look at all that stuff.
So that was a long talk on, again, floor plans, which I think is the third time we've talked about it already.
That's okay.
That's
important.
Okay. It's a very important thing about RVing.
Okay.
So, anyways.
Did we get the crowd? What?
How many people we have out there?
85.
Okay. It's been a little bit. Let me go through my quick spiel.
Okay.
Okay.
Pet whisper.
Okay. For those of you who have joined us and don't know, I'm David.
I'm Brenda.
We're from OutsideOurBubble.com. We're a live travel blog. For those of you who heard this before, please bear with me. We're a travel blog, OutsideOurBubble.com. You're currently traveling live at this time on Wednesday, whatever the date is. So
Wednesday, January 24th at 11:54 a.m. Mountain Time.
Yeah, so I say we're traveling live with you. Actually, I try to remember the date because sometimes people will watch this after the fact. Oh, and then they put in the comments like they're asking us a live question, and obviously we're not live anymore, so oops.
Well, and it's funny because when you live full time, you forget what date it is all the time.
Yeah. And so in any case, we're in a Tiffin, a 45-foot Tiffin Allegro bus. It's 2014. Model is 45LP, and we're 45 feet long, like I mentioned. We weigh 42,000 pounds. We're pulling a Jeep Grand Cherokee behind us, so making our total length 64 feet long. And we get about 7.5 miles to the gallon on average. We do have a front-facing camera and a rear-facing camera, which are also both live outside our bubble.com. Click on the menu for live cams, and you'll find a dashboard view and a rear view. So we also do have those running, and those run 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, unlike this camera. So there's the lowdown.
Okay. That was fun.
Thank you. Glad you enjoyed that.
No.
And good night. Yeah.
Jeffrey wants to know, did we get the crowd we thought we were going to get at Uberfest, and was it overwhelming?
One, yes, it was overwhelming because of parking. And two, no, we did not have the crowd that we anticipated.
We did get a good crowd.
We did get a good crowd. We had 114 signed up. We had 9 people send us cancellations.
With the flu and stuff, which is good.
So they did alert us that 9 of them weren't showing up. However, only we have to recount, but only I think about 76 or so showed up. So that was the disappointing part, only because, not because we were disappointed that people didn't show up to come see us, but only because parking was such a situation that we had to reserve, and it's really difficult to do. We had to reserve so much space out in the desert, and that's really hard to do. And
go ahead. Sorry.
And to do that, when people start coming in early, we use them, and first we place our corner positions for the coaches, and then after we get our corners, we do middles of those lines, and then we start filling in between those. And because we thought we had so many coaches coming, we made a very big space when we didn't actually need it, because people did not let us know they weren't coming, which that was the upsetting part. Not that they didn't come, but the upsetting part was they didn't let us know, which added a lot of stress only because of the parking situation.
Yeah, so we could have accommodated for that if we knew the crowd was going to be a little smaller.
We could have taken less space, brought people tighter together, because...
That beeping you just heard was because the speed's going to change because we're getting into a little construction zone here. Marcelo wants to know about auxiliary vehicles. Do you use or consider an e-bike, a scooter, or another type? Because he knows you're a Segway guy.
I have a Segway. But other than that, no, we don't.
There's a lot of RVers out there. Bye, Whisper. There's a lot of RVers out there that do have bicycles, whether they're electric or just regular bicycles, to get around small towns and stuff, but we don't. We personally don't have them.
No, we have our Jeep. We can disconnect and connect the Jeep pretty quickly.
Bill has a good question.
Okay.
With all of the travel back and forth that we've done, have we ever utilized Speedco for oil changes? Those are at the truck stops?
Yeah. No.
And how often and where do we have our maintenance done?
We have never used a Speedco. Not that they're bad, we just never have. We've always gone to, when we usually on our north and south commutes, when we go north to south.
Is this fresh paint they just laid down?
Yeah, I'm being real careful not to go over the paint, because
they're painting the roads.
Yeah,
the
we
stripes
do not want that on the coach. And I'm glad there's no. At least I saw the last flag I saw, there was no wind. So I would be really upset if they were spraying and we got white paint on our coach. Any case, we since we go north to south every year, we usually try to stop. We would stop at Red Bay, Alabama, where Tiffin is. Say hello to the Tiffin people, and we would go to Bay Diesel out in Red Bay, and they would do our work for us as needed. To change the oil, by the way, in this coach, it's 36 quarts of oil. It's about $350 just for the oil change by itself.
Yeah. Okay. Somebody says, Richard, hello from Seattle.
Hello, Seattle.
Oh, hello to Adele from Saudi Arabia.
Wow. Hi, Adele. Saudi Arabia. Dang. We never did hear back from Pete on the drilling rig out in Denmark.
Yet. That was pretty cool, though.
Anyways,
Richard says he saw a video of an Integra owner who installed
an Integra that does not have an independent front suspension. So I'm guessing it was an Aspire, or no, what's the one? Yeah, the Aspire.
The Aspire, I think.
Yeah, which is their low-end model. Which I always thought was, in my opinion, again, the Aspire was a bad name for a motor coach. Because it's like,
I'm inspiring to be more than I really am. It's just in my opinion, it's just a bad name choice. I aspire. I don't know. That's just me.
Stevens says, last question. What are your thoughts on Tyron? Had a blowout on our Allegro bus and they were recommended. Tyron?
Tyron, I think is a. I can't remember what exactly. I know I've seen it. I can't remember exactly what it does. It's something that tries to keep your tires upward, so if you have a blowout, you don't lose full control if your car, so you collapse, collapse down onto your rim. I believe that's what that is. I don't have an opinion. I've never used them, nor have I ever heard of anybody using them. I haven't. Just have never heard of anybody using them. But I did. Somebody asked me that question a long time ago, and I looked them up, and I believe what I'm referring to is correct. I don't have them, never used them, can't have an opinion on them, and never heard of another RVer using them.
Jim Brooks must not know us very well, although I've seen his name pop up quite often. He said, did we buy this RV used or new, and had the input on how it was set up?
Okay, I think we're back live again. Okay, sorry about that. We seem to have lost connection altogether for some reason, and we had to reset the MEVO and get our connection back, and I believe we're back at this point. So the only thing you really missed was us going through the construction zone, and the downside is I don't know how long we were offline. So I don't know what we were talking about.
It just happened to just happened to say it when we noticed it.
Yeah, so we don't know how long we were offline or what we were talking about at the time. So
yep, people say we're back now.
I don't know if you saw Brenda opening the pretzels.
I tried to open the pretzel.
I don't know what you saw. So we have no idea how long we were offline. If you want to let us know, what was the last thing you heard us say? Oh, excuse me, I got pretzels in my mouth. Sorry. Oops.
Last thing we were talking about was somebody had asked a question about TV, and we were talking about
we were talking about
Dish
TV
Network and stuff.
Yeah, we use Dish Network for television and a DVR. We have a Winegard Traveler on our roof, which allows us to lock onto all three satellites at the same time, so we can then use a DVR and do recordings. And when we want to stream something, we use our own data because we have unlimited jetpack. And RV park Wi-Fi is usually not good to stream on, nor is it a good etiquette to stream on RV park Wi-Fi, because streaming is the #1 killer of Wi-Fi data in an RV park. And you're just hurting everybody else if you're doing it.
And before we were talking about the TV, we were talking about if we bought it new or used, and that's what somebody said. That was the last thing they heard.
Oh, we talked for a while about nothing then. Our coach was.
We talk a lot about nothing.
Yes. We had our coach built at Tiffin. We spent. Is that all traffic on the other side? Backed up traffic?
Looks
wow.
like it.
Wow. We had our coach built. We ordered it, and then we spent time in Red Bay having it built. So this was a custom order coach, I guess, not custom.
Well, the floor plan and everything
stays the same.
We couldn't change. Yeah.
Right, but other things we can make a change on that they allowed, as long as it doesn't affect the assembly line. If it affects the assembly line, you can't make a change, because that just disrupts it, and they won't let that happen. Did you get crumbs on your notebook?
No, on yours.
Oh, thanks.
It's all good. It's okay.
Oh.
All right. Neil says, thanks for posting the video to enhance Wi-Fi reception at campsites. Your video and verbiage was very helpful to understand the Ubiquiti Nano Station and Gateway. I love techno geek stuff.
You're welcome. I did that video a number of years ago, and it's still current. The firmware has changed. They've updated the firmware. However, the principles and the settings are still the same, which is, even though it's a couple years old, that video is the tutorial that I did on how to build a personal Wi-Fi system. That's what he's referring to, for your motor coach for under $100, which allows you also longer range connections to Wi-Fi park access points. We could build one under $100 for yourself. That's what he's referring to, and that's on outsideourbubble.com, outsideourbubble.com, and it's right on the front page.
Good morning from Australia.
Hello,
morning.
Australia.
And KP says, I just noticed that there appears to be lots of RVs and pushers on the road today. Yeah, this is a big winter area for people, so you'll be getting a lot more. Like if we were on the East Coast, there probably wouldn't be as many, just because of the weather.
Starting to get some wind now too. Starting to get some crosswind.
Marcelo says, thanks again. We had a 33-foot bus conversion here in Argentina a few years ago.
Argentina, wow.
And as far as we can, in Argentina, and as far as we can, we moved to USA for early retirement.
Oh, so you're here. Okay, hi. Okay, so you're not in Argentina, so you're in the USA. Got it. Oh, look at that pretty thing for the veterans.
That is nice. That was a semi we just passed, and he had his whole side of his trailer painted in a nice mural.
For POWs.
For POWs, yeah.
We've been talking for a while, so if we slow down, sorry about that.
Everybody was like, yep, we lost signal. What do you want to chat about? So they were all
chatting among themselves.
Yeah.
Wonder how long we were offline. Hey, somebody, if you're still watching us when that occurred, how long were we offline for? Do you guesstimate?
Gary says, hello from Glacier National Park.
Hello.
I've always enjoyed your insight and help. You even helped me fix the access point on my store's RF scanning guns without knowing it.
How did I do that?
From your talk on RV Park Wi-Fi.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Yeah, the better understanding of RV park Wi-Fi. That actually was a very popular video, and it got a lot of views by campground owners. And they had I got a couple emails from campground owners who had their employees watch it so they can better explain the issues that they may be having to their guests in the park. I thought that was kind of interesting.
Marcelo says we were no more than 5 minutes offline. So, and when I'm doing the questions in order, so the last thing they said we were talking about was, new or used coach, and then we went to the TV one, so.
5 minutes. We didn't notice that for 5 minutes.
Well, the sun is right on it, so it's hard to tell
you
if
can't
it's
see
lit
the
up or
LED.
not.
That's true.
Marcelo says, no, I'm on my couch in Buenos Aires, Argentina.
Wow.
Using your experiences for my trip in a few months or next year. Then he's coming up here.
They come into the States?
Yeah, for early retirement.
So you are in Argentina. That's really cool.
Okay, so I'm all caught up now.
Okay.
Anybody else have any questions?
We're caught up. Now's your chance.
Or we're just going to eat our peanut butter pretzel nuggets.
We lost a lot of viewers because when we dropped, because we were higher than 57.
We're at 57, yeah. Got 2 thumbs down, by the way, which I have to say is kind of funny. We had down.
We weren't even live yet.
We weren't
got
even
a thumbs
live yet.
down.
I swear it's the same guy.
I swear it is too. Somebody just doesn't like us, and every time they put it, they do a down. That's where the backup's coming from. They're spraying that road over there with tar. That would suck if the wind's going that way.
Yeah.
I think the wind's going. Actually, it might be. Anyways, no different.
Migratory Moose people, they came to Uberfest. They said they really enjoyed meeting us. Thanks for all that we did. I remember they had that fifth wheel, and they were, I think they're from Michigan. I want to say you were going back to Michigan.
So you saw us live at Uberfest, and now you're watching us live online driving our motor coach. We were actually live in person, and now you're watching us
live on camera driving. Cool.
Yep, and as you can see, we're just like we are on camera. It's not an act. This is us.
This is it. You get what you get. And everything we say is in our opinion. Our opinion.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure I reinforce that, because people, especially when you're talking about floor plans and stuff, people get really sensitive on stuff like that.
Somebody says, do you perform Give Me Some Lovin'? And if so, can we please do it next time? I can't think of what song that is.
I have not performed that song.
No.
But thank you for watching our show, our concert, our gig, I should say. Not a concert, it was a gig.
We have someone from Honduras checking in. Can't wait to get back to USA and on the road in our RV. Do you have any recommendations on RV parks near Grand
Look at how
Canyon?
tossed around this RV is getting.
Oh yeah, he's got driving with the signal on too.
And it's getting tossed around like a... Look at that, look at that. Holy cow. Dang.
No, say it how it is. Holy crap.
Okay.
We're going to say that.
Dang.
He doesn't have a tag axle. It's a single axle.
He's over driving for
Is
the
that a
wind
gas
condition.
model?
That's a gas. He's over driving for the wind conditions.
Yeah, he's basically swerving back and forth because the wind is knocking him out. Oh, any recommendations on RV parks near Grand Canyon? We stayed...
There's not a lot near Grand Canyon.
There's not a lot near Grand Canyon, but we stayed right in Grand Canyon. There's a Trailer Village.
Trailer Village.
We stayed with this coach. Their sites are big enough for the big rigs. It is tight, tight turns, tight getting in and out of your site, but it is doable if you take your time and you're familiar with driving your rig and
We got in.
your sites. We got in just fine.
But we're professionals. Actually, we only play one on the internet.
By the way, you have 19 miles until your exit.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah, so we've been driving for a long time. So for us, since 2008. So for us, getting through this drive to coach, he drives it like I do.
Gets a headache or wants to lay down or something, but that's rare.
Yeah, I have no... Brenda drives this thing just as good as I do.
Why, thank you, dear.
I said it out loud. I'm something or do something. It's not like I'm going to be able to stop it. How she learned, by the way, for those of you watching, if we believe it is very important for both husband and wife or girlfriend and boyfriend or significant other or whatever to both be able to drive the coach. And
be able to hook up the tow vehicle and everything.
Yeah, and it's important, we believe, because if something was to happen to me, break my leg. We had that happen. We didn't have that happen. Friends of ours had that happen. He broke his leg. That was his driving leg. They couldn't move the coach, and they were stuck for 3 months before the cast came off. And because she couldn't drive the coach. So we believe it's very important for both of you, both partners, to know how to drive the motor coach, hook up the tow vehicle, and what have you. And Brenda does it like a champ. And how she learned, by the way, how she learned to drive the coach, what made her most comfortable was that I would start driving, get on the expressway, and we would look at the upcoming rest stops, which is very important to do if you're going to do this. If you're going to do this method, look at the upcoming rest stops and see how far between the two rest stops are. Pull off at a rest stop, then change drivers, and then she would then drive rest stop to rest stop. So there is no major turning involved or anything like that. She would be able to get used to the rig that way, the length of the rig and stuff like that. And so she would then, learn about the turning and stuff when she would pull back in or pull out of a rest stop area. And the reason I mentioned knowing where the next rest stop is because you don't want to do that procedure or that learning way if you happen to get off at a rest stop and the next rest stop is not for 140 miles or what have you. because that would be a very uncomfortable experience for a first-time motor coach driver.
Yeah, find a rest stop or road that you're familiar with, where the rest stops are maybe 40 miles apart or something.
Right. So that's much more comfortable to learn that way, and that's the way Brenda learned to drive the motor coach. Hope that helps somebody out there.
Yeah. Gary, who was talking about how you helped him with the RF signal for the...
Oh, for his scanner guns?
Yeah, he said we had a great signal from the access point to the RF gun, but dropped input going to computer. Didn't think about signal from RF to access point, so moved access point out from where the computer company put it.
Yeah, you were what was going on there is you were overpowering it. If you're it's a radio signal going out was way too close power wise, thus overpowering the other device. Put it this way, in simple terms, it would be if like somebody was standing next to you with a megaphone trying to talk to you, and you wouldn't very much like it very much, and you would kind of shut down. That's basically what would happen. And you wouldn't hear them very well either because they're so close, they're so loud that the signal is just...
Or
oobies.
And outside our bubble, OOB.
And now be aware, we did not name you guys that.
Yeah.
At the first ever Uberfest, they named themselves that. And in fact,
named Uberfest.
They named Uberfest also. And they named themselves, our followers, Oobies, and I love my Oobies. Sorry.
You always have to do that.
Sorry. And then last night there was a group of them that were still out in Quartzsite with us, and so they had their own little fire pit going and everything, and they named themselves their little group. They named themselves.
The little bubbles.
Little bubbles.
No, tiny bubbles.
Tiny bubbles. They named themselves Tiny Bubbles.
Like that Don Ho song?
Yeah.
Tiny Bubbles?
Yeah, Tiny Bubbles, the Don Ho song. That was so funny that they said that. So we don't consider ourselves rock stars. We consider ourselves bored and wanting to talk to people, I guess.
Jenny says, hello from Indiana. We really enjoyed your live stream of music from Uberfest.
Oh, great. Sorry if you watched the whole concert, sorry the first half the audio was really bad. And that was because the audio coming out of the mixing board. That was which greatly improved the audio.
Yeah.
So the good news is, right now I only have the second half of the show up there, the gig. And I do have, however, the entire gig recorded on a secondary audio source, which I will be digitally editing together and then putting online at a later date. It'll take me a few weeks to edit it all together because I'll digitally edit it with camera movements and stuff like that, so it's not just one shot all the time. I'm glad you liked us though. We're referring to the group Notes from Neptune. They're out of Phoenix. They're Notes.
They drove 2.5 hours each way just to
come play for us.
Yeah.
And they are a phenomenal group, and I had the distinct pleasure of getting to play with them. And it was a blast. Just had a total blast that night. So I'm glad you enjoyed it. So if you're in the Phoenix area or going through the Phoenix area ever, check out notesfromneptune.com and see where they're playing, and maybe listen to them live. I think you'll very much have a good time. And I won't be there unless you come up to the area in December, because
January.
We'll be there starting December 1st, and then until we go to Uberfest in January. So you may find me at one of their gigs doing a pickup gig with them in December.
Joan says she hopes to make it to Uberfest next year. Is there a good place to wash an RV around Quartzsite?
Oh, you don't want to wash an RV at Quartzsite.
Quartzsite is a giant dust bowl. There's no point of washing before or after Quartzsite. You really want to wait till you get to your next location and then do a wash.
You would wash it First off, the water out there is super, super hard.
Yes.
So you would, unless you washed it with deionized water, which I do carry on board, unless you washed it with deionized water, your coach would look worse than it started. And then after that, if you were able to wash it with deionized water, by the next day it would all be dusted again anyways, with all this dirt dust flying through the air. So you don't want to touch your motorhome at all. Don't even touch it, because if you try to get the dust off or whatever, all you're going to do is use that grit and you're going to scratch the clear coat.
Yeah.
So don't ever do that in Quartzsite.
John Simone was answering the other person's question. Williams, Arizona also is a good RV park there to stay for the Grand Canyon, and they have the train experience that goes up to the Grand Canyon.
Oh, yes.
So that's a good one. He was at Uberfest, by the way. He's the one that had that big white dog, the big fluffy dog.
Oh, yeah.
Sweet dog, yeah.
Again, another person from Uberfest who had seen us live at Uberfest is now watching us live on video, on a video stream. That's just kind of funny. Meeting us wasn't enough. You have to watch us travel too. Sorry.
He just missed us.
He missed us so much.
We have people from Uberfest watching us.
I'm moving over to the left-hand lane again because the right-hand lane is so bad.
Gary says, I drove my mom's 38-foot Damon from Kalispell to Tennessee and fell in love with RVing. I've lived in Montana and Colorado all my life and have done lots of camping. But RV traveling is the way to go. I agree with you. Both people should drive regularly. Mom didn't on her Damon, and it was a problem. So that's another advocate for both people really need to know how to drive.
How far to our exit, by the way?
5.8 miles.
Okay, thank you. I'm eating pretzels,
Yeah.
peanut butter pretzels, so excuse me.
I can go get lunch if you want.
We'll wait until we get on the other road.
Okay, I made wraps again. We'll see if David thinks they're dry and throws it out.
Like last time. We got a lot of wind now. We didn't have any wind at the start of the trip. Now we got a lot of wind, which is killing our gas mileage. It's making for a noisier ride because it's a side wind. So
But we're going to be turning into it, though.
Yeah, we should be
Because I
turning
feel it coming
Yeah.
this way. Guitars Zero says, hello, I'm planning on renting an RV for my vacation for the first time. Any major don'ts I have to avoid doing for the first time?
That's kind of hard.
Not knowing what kind of RV you're going to be renting.
It's kind of hard to say don't do this.
Yeah.
I don't know how to answer that. Oh, you idiot.
I think one of the important things is just know the coach and try and be comfortable driving it and slow down. If it's a bigger coach, it's going to take you longer to slow down and stop. So make sure you give yourself enough space. Things like that. It's a lot of common sense things that, if you just think about it, it's like it makes sense.
Hey, when we get on our next road to roundabout, if Brenda wants to, she can take you guys into the back of the coach and show you what it looks like when we're all closed up for driving and how things are stowed and stuff. I have it set so the camera, you just turn the ring and you can remove the top.
Okay.
And we're feeding the audio through the tablet, so there's no audio.
Try that.
Yeah, there's no audio to be concerned with. So I did that so we can do that. So that'll be cool. So stay tuned. See, that's a teaser. That keeps you watching. Stay tuned for a view of our coach, what it looks like closed up in the back. Get to meet Whisper and VK also.
Yeah, who are sound asleep in
Who are
their
sound asleep in their
spots.
yeah, our two cats, 19-year-old and a 16-year-old.
Well, Whisper was the one that came up on my lap. He's the 19-year-old.
Yeah, he was up there earlier in the show.
He always has to get in the picture.
Yeah.
You got 2.6 miles to your exit. It's exit 112,
Thank you.
which is Arizona 85 South.
And she's telling me this because the GPS routed us right through Phoenix, versus we're going to go around Phoenix just because we don't want to deal with the traffic.
Richard wants to know, what's the brand of peanut butter pretzels we like? I just get the generic ones. These are the generic ones from the HEB store in Texas. They're usually in a square plastic container with the lid on it, but for some reason HEB had them in bags. But no real brand, I just get the generic ones usually. We're not fancy people.
We're not fancy. People, our motor coach might look fancy, and to a lot of people it is, but for those of you who have met us or watched our videos, for those of you who have met us, you know, if you watched our videos, obviously, when you met us, we're just like we are on the video. So what you see is what you get, guys.
Whether that's good or bad.
Whether that's good or bad. Yeah, good point. Whether it's good or bad, this is what you get. And if you met us in person, like at Uberfest, you can
See
vouch
this
for
sign
that.
Here?
Yeah.
This is where you're going to follow.
1 mile.
1 mile.
So you can vouch for that if you were at Uberfest. You can vouch for us that we are who we are. We don't play actors on the internet.
Jenny says she loves your commentary on the other drivers. You idiot.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, BK.
Oh, now I said his name, so now
Hi,
he's
buddy.
up here. So I should have mentioned their names. Because they're like, what, you want something? Okay, I'm coming up. Now the GPS is going to go flaky on me, and I'm going to see how long it takes this Garmin 770 GPS
To
to
reroute.
reroute us. Because right now it tells me 31 miles ahead is my exit, but I'm
Yeah.
getting off right here.
It's quicker time to go through Phoenix, but you're going through all that traffic and congestion. This is going down 85 south to Gila Bend is much easier.
Less stress.
Less stress, and it's not that it was only like 8 minutes more.
Recalculating.
It's only like 8 minutes more. It's not like it takes you way out of the way.
Okay, it recalculated me, but it wants me to get off in 1.4 miles.
Yeah, it's gonna try and keep turning you around until we
Get all the way out
Get
there.
all the way down.
Yeah, it's gonna keep trying to turn me around until we get far enough away that it says, okay, I get the point.
yeah.
In 1 mile,
See?
turn left on West Broadway Road, then take the first left.
See, now listen. See, this road is much more comfortable. It's much more quiet.
It really is. It's the Phoenix bypass.
It's the Phoenix bypass, and it's a wonderful, wonderful road. Less stress. The roads are perfectly smooth, unlike I-10 we just got off of.
Yeah, and so we're going down 85 south, Arizona 85. We're going down to Gila Bend. It looks like Gila, but it's Gila Bend.
I hate that.
I know. And then
G,
we'll
and it keeps
we'll
pronounced
pick
with
up
an
the
H.
interstate. We'll pick up Interstate 8 and we'll reconnect. That's in 32 miles, by the way.
And just so you know, the via distance telling me,
Turn
well,
left
it's still trying to
on
get me to go
West
back. Never
Broadway
mind.
Road, then take the first left.
Got a stop sign. I was going to say the via distance is still 109 miles, so we didn't lose anything. But, we don't have
You
a
don't
stop
have a
sign.
stop
They do.
sign
Well,
here.
from back there, that looked like a stop
It
sign.
did. It's angled.
Yeah, it's at that angle. So
You do have a
crossroad.
I do remember there was a stoplight up here though for a crossroad somewhere.
Okay.
Might be up by the prison.
So now it's going to yell at me again.
We're going to be passing a prison.
A federal prison. Yeah, I love the signs. Don't pick up hitchhikers. Oh, I got to watch my speed. I was so used to. This road is also only 55.
Turn left on West Southern
And so it's
Avenue,
really
then
easy
take
to
the
speed
first
on
left.
after you just got off of I-10.
But it's much more open and comfortable.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Marcelo,
Awesome, totally awesome. Sorry.
are you done now?
Yeah, I'm done.
Marcelo says, I think
Awesome. No, I wasn't.
Turn left on West Southern
Sorry,
Avenue,
go
then
ahead.
take the first left.
Marcelo
Awesome.
says,
Okay, go ahead. Marcel again?
Marcelo,
Again?
Yes.
Argentina, Marcelo?
Yes.
Dang. Oh, look, two fighter jets. Those look like F-15s or F-14.
Yep.
No, those are F-15 Tomcats.
Well, there's that
Look at that. They're Air Force Base.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
I'm thinking about renting a 45-foot at my arrival to Miami and make all the paperwork for the family green card.
A 45-foot?
Yeah.
Oh, good luck.
Well, he wants to travel the U.S., but I think he wants to retire here. If I
Yeah,
remember
yeah,
from
yeah, I
past,
remember.
Half-mile.
from
Turn
past
left on
conversations,
West
I think he
Case
wants to
Line
retire
Road,
here.
then take
So
the first left.
The 45, getting in a 45-foot coach for the first time and driving it is a very...
well, no, he had like a 33 or a 38 or
Oh,
something.
I missed that. I don't
Yeah.
remember that.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, yeah.
cool. Okay, never mind. Take that back. Blah, you'll be fine. Sorry.
Blah. It'd be
Blah,
fine.
you'll be fine. Scratch all of that, what I said.
And just slow.
Turn left on West
No,
Case
don't turn
Line
left.
Road.
I'm not
Don't
gonna change.
listen to
I'm
her.
not listening to the.
Listen to your wife.
Not listening to that bitch. I mean, the GPS. Sorry.
Fertizona. It must be a fertilizer plant.
Fertizona.
Fertizona. Because we're in Arizona, it's a fertilizer plant. Get it? It's like when two people are dating, they mash the names
I
together.
hate that. Brendeva.
Ours don't work. Yeah.
No. Brendeva.
Rented?
Brenned. I don't know.
No, it doesn't
That
work.
doesn't work.
Watching you.
It seems very strange to us too, but kind of amazing at the same time.
It,
Oh, well, it is
technology
amazing.
is amazing, isn't
I
it?
mean, we're living in a cool part of history time. I think we are at least. I think this is a really cool time in history that we living. Later, there'll be flying cars and stuff if we're still around. But I mean, there are actually flying cars now with the advent of the quadcopter drone. They now are putting that technology into vehicles, which is kind of cool. So
Yeah.
we actually do have flying cars in prototype right now.
Prototype.
1/2 mile. Turn left on West Hazen Road, then take the first left.
Quit telling me what to do. My wife tells me to listen to her. I can't listen to you. Stop it. Or I will shut you off.
Form of Mikey says, can't you tell the GPS that you want to go via a certain road? Technically,
Yes.
Turn
Yes.
left on
Digging
West
through
Hazen
how
Road,
digging
then take
through
the
this
first
GPS to
left.
do such a thing is a bitch.
yeah,
It's-
and earlier, usually I'm the one that sets the GPS and the route, and this time David did it, and the timing and everything was correct. But here's the thing that you don't think of sometimes, and I don't think of it a lot of times, is you'll set your GPS the night before and it'll say, okay, here's the route, and you're like, okay, that's good. Then you go the next morning, get on the road, well, traffic patterns have changed.
2 1/4
So
miles.
it might try to
Turn
be
left on
routing
West
you. If
Providence
you're
Peak
plotted
State
the
Park.
fastest distance, it might change your route on you.
If your GPS is traffic aware.
If your GPS is traffic aware, yes. So that's
There's the fighter jets breaking off. Oh no, take that back.
No, those are
Those are
birds,
birds,
dear.
Yes, I know. I saw. Well, they were that size
they
in
were.
the air,
Yes, I know.
and they were flying together. And I thought maybe they looped around in front of us again. Those are two very, very large birds.
Marcelo says, you know you're not chatting with me alone. You don't have to remember everything, mate.
Well, we're just glad you're out there, Marcel, and you're asking questions because that's what we do, I guess, is answer questions. You just ask a lot of
And
them.
we entertain, apparently.
Oh, we entertain?
Turn left on
Michael
West Providence
Michael
Peak
Rabba,
State
he's
Park,
one of our
then turn
Facebook
left.
friends too. He's in Switzerland.
Oh, wow.
Very entertaining. Listen to your statements and explanations. Keep always all wheels on the road. Safe travels.
Keeping the wheels on the road is, yeah.
That's a good one.
That's
Yes.
a positive. Yeah, that's a good thing. Except we went off road. We took our coach off road in the desert. That's where we just spent the last
Yeah.
week
Week and a half. Week and a couple days.
Week and a couple days. We took it off road into the desert. Now, when I say desert, it's not like the desert of Saudi Arabia or what have you. It, with sand. It's rock desert.
It's hard surface.
hard
rock.
surface rock.
Kind of like lava rock. I don't know. It's really hard.
It's interesting, but it's solid
Turn
path.
left on West Providence Peak State
No,
Park,
I am not
then
turning
turn
left. You are not going to get me to turn around. If I turn around, my wife will kill me. Stop asking.
She will figure it out at some point.
Sooner or later, we'll get past the point of no return, and she'll figure it out. Yes.
Gary says that he's found a way to help with the GPS is plug a waypoint in the direction you want to go or hit detour. Yeah,
Yep, that works too. Yep.
what we did, we're going to hit the Pilot Flying J right before Picacho Peak State Park, but it still would have routed us through Phoenix
yeah, 'cause
instead of
it's-
around.
Yeah, but he's saying that if we wanted to go this way, plot
To hit
something out
say,
here.
I don't want to take this route,
No.
detour this road.
Well, that's what we would have
It's
done.
what it is on the GPS. It's a detour
But
this
what,
road.
right, but what he's saying
Drive.
is you could plot a waypoint somewhere out here as
Oh.
a first stop, and then another stop would be the next stop would be Picacho
Yeah.
Peak. Thus, it would have to route us this way.
Yeah, that makes sense.
He is correct.
We could plot to the prison.
See, you're correct.
If it's visiting day, we could go visit.
A tour.
Do they give tours?
Do they give tours? Hey, we're out RVing. That's what we do to see things, right? So if they give tours,
different life.
yeah. We do want to meet people after all. Oh, don't spit that out of my computer. Don't spit that out of my computer.
Eddie says, hello from Walnut, California. This is my first live ride along. You guys are awesome. I'm an RV newbie.
Hey, for those of you, by the way, who don't know who we are, first and foremost, click subscribe. Click subscribe one time. You only have to click it once, not click just once. So you're subscribed to us, yay. But we're David and Brenda.
And I'm Brenda.
Turn left on
Okay.
West Buckeye
As soon as
Drive,
she shuts
then
up.
turn left.
And we're a travel blog, and also you tips and stuff on RVing, and that's what we do. We don't make money doing this. This is something we do just for fun.
For a living. We don't do YouTube for a living.
We do not. We do it to help others, and just to try to pass the time that we
Our
On
data
West
that we
Buckeye
have.
Drive, then turn left.
up. We're only, as Brenda just mentioned, we're streaming. If we lose it, it will come back sooner or later when we reconnect to a cell phone, or cell tower, excuse me. So just bear with us, and kind of thing. OutsiderBubble.com. If you go there, we also have 2 other live streaming cameras.
I was just gonna say, because somebody had mentioned if we could do a forward-facing camera.
Yeah, we have 2 other live cameras that are run 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. One is out our dashboard, and one is out the rear of our coach.
In 2.5 miles, turn left on Arizona 85.
So if you go to OutsiderBubble.com, you can click on the menu for live cams, select front view, dashboard view, or rear cam, and you can see those live cameras, and they're live 24 hours a day. So you can see out the dashboard. We do this because we figured,
It passes the time.
yeah, and you guys want to, I guess we can turn it around, but all you're going to see is a straight road of desert.
And
Just
you can see that on our other camera.
on our other cameras. They're there anyways, all ready for you. So,
Is this semi that you're trying to pass speeding up
yeah, he is.
for some strange
I'm
reason?
going to speed up and get by him.
I put the computer down because I'm gonna hit the restroom.
Oh, you got to take him with you?
Well, I'm gonna turn my mic off.
Oh, you're not going to take the camera with you?
No, I'm gonna go to the bathroom first.
Oh, I figured you'd take him with you. I don't mean show him, but you can just take him
I
with
don't
you
want
into
to
the
put a
bathroom
$500 camera down on the counter
and let it bounce off.
and let it bounce off. So no, I will come back for them.
The camera has a magnetic mount. You can mount it on the side of the refrigerator and let it look down at the floor.
Arizona
I'm kidding. I'm
That's
kidding.
not interesting.
Okay. Then, so
I'll wait
she's
till
going to
you
go to the
pass this
bathroom.
semi.
I don't know if I will.
Okay.
She's going to go to the bathroom, and then she'll come back and she'll grab the camera, and as promised, she will walk back there with the camera and show you guys what our coach looks like while while it's closed up and we're driving.
All right, I'll be right back.
Yeah, turn the lights on when you're back there. So she's going to mute her mic now so you don't hear her go to the bathroom. I wouldn't either. I wouldn't want to do that either. So now you're stuck with me. So, what do you want to talk about? And I don't know what you're saying right now because I have no computer. I obviously can't read what you're writing. I don't even know if we're streaming live right now because the sun is
Turn
right
left
in our
on
window.
Arizona 85.
And the sun is right in our window, and our MEVO camera, the LED, is on top and everything, so I can't really tell if it's red, which tells me we're broadcasting, because the sun is so freaking bright right now. So if I'm not broadcasting, I'm just talking to myself, which sucks, I guess. I guess I could ask myself some questions. I don't know what they would be, though. Huh. Weird to think about it that way. Oh, I know. I can tell you something that you might have never thought about. Okay. You know how they talk about time travel and stuff? And, you know, you can't go back in time or whatever? Well,
exit 138.
you got to remember that just hear me out. Just hear me out. You got to remember that, like, if you're looking up at the stars at night, some of those stars that you're looking at might not even be there anymore. They might have burnt out.
Take exit 138.
Oh, that's the prison. 138's the prison. Anyways.
Prison Road, then take the first left.
Anyways, so those stars might not be there anymore. And because long ago they burned out, but yet the light is still traveling and we're still seeing the light from that star. So, since light has a constant speed of travel as we know it.
Okay, I'm coming back now.
Okay, constant speed of travel as we know it. Think about this. This is going to blow your mind. So I'm
You're
just
blowing their mind.
Yeah, I'm giving a physics thing.
Okay.
So think about it this way.
Down first.
Since that is true with the light and everything, everything you see is reflected light. So when I look at Brenda, hi, hon.
Take exit
Hi.
138. On the right.
What enables me to
Take the first left.
shut up.
Leaving to the prison.
That's the prison.
Yeah.
Oh, you could have showed them the prison with the
Big
camera.
gray buildings with the bars on them.
Oh, I gotta get back to my thing so I can finish the story.
All right.
So everything you look at, you see from reflected light.
Turn left at the stop sign.
Shut up!
Take the first left.
So
Just ignore her.
everything you see is reflective light. So I'm looking at Brenda. So in reality, I'm looking at her in history. So because the light has to travel from her bounce to me, and so in theory, I'm looking at the past all the time. See what I mean? Cool.
Can I take them in the back now?
I think it's very interesting.
2.5
It
miles. Turn
I think
left
it's
on
very
Arizona
intriguing to think about
85.
everything you're seeing is in the past, including you.
I know.
So you're older than I think you are.
Oh, I'm still younger than you.
Yes, you are. Anyways, think about it. Blows your mind, doesn't it?
All right.
So go look at somebody and say, wow, I'm looking at them in history. They look bad. I mean,
I'm gonna attempt to move you.
turn the
wait.
lights on back there?
Yeah, I'm gonna wait till you get around this curve though.
Okay, so Brenda's gonna grab the camera and take you for a walk and show you different things in our motor coach of what it looks like while we're going down the road, as promised earlier in the teaser.
And then I'll grab lunch while I'm back there too.
Okay. So I hope you're still with us, that if you wanted to see that part of the show, now you'll be able
play
to.
it back later.
Now you can go ahead and do that.
All right.
So, did you turn your mic back on?
Yes.
Okay, so without further ado, here goes Miss Brenda with the camera. That way.
In 1
Okay.
quarter mile.
Here we go.
Turn left on Arizona 85.
So,
That's gonna be really bright if they look out there,
oh, this camera is really hot too because it's
sitting in the
black
sun.
and it's sitting in the sun.
Yeah.
So there's the road.
As you can see, there's nothing to see.
Yeah. So here we are all closed up. There is Whisper. Sound asleep. Does not have a care in the world that we're going down the road. At what? 55 miles an hour? Oh, he's at 70 again. Okay. So here we are closed up. We can easily walk down the hallway. There's BK. Sound asleep. Doesn't care that we're driving. TV's locked down with some locks.
Turn
Well,
left
locked
on
down.
Arizona 85.
I swear.
Not
I'm
much
gonna
to see
dash.
here. David's coffee machine is Velcroed down to the counter. That way we don't have to keep bringing it up and down. All the alcohol and the knives are in the sink. And I take this beach blanket or beach towel and I just kind of put them all in there so they don't clink around. And the knives I point back to the coach so if we do stop suddenly, they don't come flying up at us. Little things like that to think about. Oh, that's what fell earlier. The Ring doorbell that we plug in. Let me plug that back in.
Miles. Turn left on Westwoods Road.
Okay. I don't know if you can see this or not. We have the cat litter down there underneath our table because the cats don't like to go back to the very back area where the diesel engine is running and it's too loud.
Turn left.
Refrigerator, we strap it shut
You are
just as a
stupid
safety
as
precaution. We've never actually had it open, but it's always good to do that. I left the light on in the bathroom, so here's the powder room. We have a bath and a half floor plan. Ow, this camera's really hot. So there's a powder room. So I'm going to turn the light off now. Oh, here. Hi. Okay, now I'll turn the light off. So here we are. There's our bedroom all closed up. So if we do need to get in the back, it looks like our laundry basket fell back there. That's fine.
Turn
So it
left
looks, if we
on
need to get
Westwoods
back there
Road,
for any
then
reason,
turn
which we
left.
really don't, then we just have to crawl over. So I'll turn that light off now. So not a big deal. Here we are closed up. There's
Okay, so sorry about that. Hi, we're back. We lost connection. What's going on, I think, with the connection in this particular case, our MEVO has shut down twice on us. And we had to restart the MEVO. And I think what's happening is because it's been in direct sunlight the whole time, the MEVO is overheating and shutting down. So I'm glad she was done with the tour at the time, right when she turned around to come back.
yeah, it was coming back.
And she now just went back there to grab our sandwiches, our wraps. And that's why we went offline there, and sorry about that. And it looks like for some reason we lost a lot of people when that happened. We're down
As soon as I turned around to come back, it started.
we're down to 14 people now. We did have a lot more. So anyways,
Well, it might take a minute for the numbers to come back.
well, only if we lost the signal, they might have thought that we went away, and they went away themselves. But yeah, I think that at this particular point, the MEVO is overheating in the freaking sun because we've been going in the same direction.
Yeah, it was really hot when I grabbed it. So let me grab the computer and see.
I know we're streaming now. I got the stream back up, and I can see there's 39 according to this right now. So the MEVO shut down on us, and I believe it's due to the extreme heat. I really wish we would get out of this situation. I think when sooner or later we'll turn back, and hopefully they'll get us the sun a little bit, wrap it around us a little bit more. But right now it's not that great.
Classic David in the background talking to the GPS.
It wouldn't shut up.
Jenny says I'd turn off the GPS until I need it again.
The reason I'm not turning it off is I want to see how far out of the way it wants me to turn back around, because I knew it said 119 miles left, and now it says 136 miles, which means it's trying to take me back 17 miles back the way I came. And I don't think I have to go 17 miles before I get back on the road forward, which makes the GPS incorrect in its calculations.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to figure out how far out it's going to bring me before it decides that, hey, yeah, it is better off going forward than back.
Right now we've got 8 miles.
So yeah, it wants me to go back
Still
a lot further than I'm going to go forward.
1.5 miles, do a U-turn and turn around.
So the
crazy.
So the UPS, in this particular case, the Garmin 770 GPS is a dumbass GPS.
Okay.
1.25
So I hope
miles.
it was interesting
Turn
to
left
you.
on
I'm not a very
85,
good
then turn
person to
left.
give tours, I think.
I'm more apt for that.
Yeah,
Is it a personality thing?
I guess so.
You're the looks, I'm the talent. Is that it?
No, I thought I was the brains and you're the tan.
Oh. Oh. Brains and looks you got. Okay. And I'm just a puppet.
You're just the puppet. You're my puppet, though.
I'm just
Careful,
a puppet.
there's a truck next to
I
you,
have
love.
no strings. Crossover.
She is
staying right next to us too. She's
Idiot.
not slowing
Idiot.
down
Idiot.
or speeding up.
Turn left on Arizona 85.
You know-
Then turn left.
You don't drive next to a big vehicle at the same freaking speed. You get past them or you go behind them. You do not stay next to them. We are subject to wind conditions.
Well, you would think our size would scare her, but she
Yeah.
just doesn't seem to care.
People don't. Oh, by the way, driving a
Just
big
on her
rig.
Sunday drive, even though it's Wednesday.
Driving a big rig makes you a better car driver, by the way, because you get to see all the things idiot people do, because you're up higher,
Yeah.
and you can see all the idiot drivers. And
Continue on Arizona 85.
it finally just switched it. By the way, now it says go 6 miles. I think it's got it now. So now our
5.8 miles to to Phoenix bypass.
And that's what we have now. So it finally did that. So anyways, getting back to this, you get to see all the stupid things people do because you're up higher, and you get to realize you become a better driver because you now realize after driving a heavy rig that what those people go through, semi-drivers is what I'm referring to, and other RV drivers, and how they have to drive their rigs and how they have to, maneuver and what have you. So you learn about that. So like in this particular case, don't stay next to a semi or don't stay next to a big rig of any sort. Get away from them because they're subject to wind conditions, things like that, and also oncoming traffic. What if they have to move over to let somebody on? They just can't do that as easily as a car can. So it makes you a better driver. The biggest thing also is that you have to remember, which a lot of people don't even think about, is these things don't stop like a car. It takes a great distance to stop a big heavy rig. So when people are behind, when you're behind we have a camera so we can see behind us. On a semi, they don't have a camera. If you're too close to the semi, they don't even know you're back there. They have no clue you're back there. If they were to slam their brakes on for something, you're going to go right into them. There's no way you're going to stop.
Did you know how when you're driving down the highway, you see all that old tire tread on the side of the road? Well, that's the semis having a problem with their tires or
they're shredding them, and you're right there. They can't see you.
You don't want to be that close to a semi if they're doing that.
And then if you're in front of a semi and you slam your brakes on for whatever reason, like you're not paying attention and somebody stopped in front of you and you slam your brakes on, we cannot stop. We're going to plow right through you. Even if we have our brakes on, we're going to plow through you. So it makes you a better driver because you're more aware of these situations and things. So in any case, that's your RV driving lesson. Okay, food, yay.
Jim says, don't mash the GPS with your hand. Use a hammer instead. Richard said, this is cool. I'm watching the front view camera on my 10-inch tablet and the cockpit view on my 50-inch plasma TV. David arguing with the GPS lady is funny. We have the same GPS.
So you have the same demented bitch in there, right?
Another.
It's an adult channel. Sorry, guys. If you're sorry. I can't see kids watching this, though.
Well, Corey, happy birthday, Corey.
Happy birthday, Corey, if you're watching.
He's at work right now. He said he was going to be at work when we were traveling, but it's his 18th birthday, and he doesn't miss any of our trips, usually.
Corey has not missed a single trip.
So, anyway. There's another Brenda.
Oh, wait. Let me explain about Corey. Corey is a high school student taking college courses. What he wants to become is a traveling nurse, which I commend him for. Mm-hmm. So he is learning while he's in school, taking college courses, he's learning all he can about RVing. So when the time comes and he's done with his courses and he becomes a nurse and stuff like that, he can then hit the road and be a traveling nurse, which there is a great need for. So I commend Corey for his ambitions and what he's looking to do. And that's why he's reading about RVing and motor coaching and stuff, because that's what he wants to do. If he'll be able to afford one at first is another question. So, that's a whole different subject. But this is what he wants to do. He wants to be a traveling nurse, and I commend a young man.
Researching it, yeah.
Yeah, I commend a young man for the research and doing that.
Another Brenda online. She said she'd love to see how I organize my kitchen. It's one area she's struggling with making these things fit and convenient. We have a 43-foot Class A with a similar layout to yours.
Brenda did a blog post on this.
I did a blog post, Brenda. If you go to outsideourbubble.com and you type up in the search box organizing, I believe that'll take you right to it, or the next couple ones. But there's organizing. There's a blog post I did on organizing and how I organize things different. Tips and tricks. Like, I have all my spices in one drawer, but I have them labeled on top so I know exactly what spices I'm looking at and everything. And you're going to be turning up here, actually, shortly.
Well, it shows me drifting, not turning.
Well,
there is currently light traffic on your route.
Yeah, thank you very much. The way she says it, excuse me, it's her attitude. I'm telling you, it's her attitude. The way she says it. There's light traffic on your route. We've stopped there, haven't we?
No.
Oh, no,
In
wait.
a quarter mile, slight right onto Phoenix Bypass Route.
Hello, RV. Parked in the parking lot.
I don't know. That's just an old truck stop or something that's completely empty now.
Okay, I gotta pay attention to where I'm going at this point.
Yeah.
What am I doing?
You're
Am I going that way?
You're going on AE.
Slight right onto Phoenix Bypass Route.
Oh, great. Google Maps.
You could.
Continue on Phoenix Bypass Route for
No, Whisper. I
3/4
don't
of a
have.
mile.
Jeez.
I don't have room for you right now.
Now I
but
got-
1 mile.
Go lay
Turn
down.
left
Go
on
lay
South
down.
Butterfield Trail.
Now I got 3 women telling me where to go and what
The
to do.
good thing about this area is if you would have turned, you would have been fine. You would have just picked it up later.
She just totally missed what I said.
What?
I said, now I got 3 women telling me what to do.
And which one are you gonna listen to?
You, dear.
Mhm.
Always you.
This is gonna be I-8 up here.
Always you, my dear.
In 1/2 mile, turn left on South Butterfield Trail.
I told you.
I've got my Google Maps going.
All you gotta do
You know
is
what I'll do? Let me mute
you just
that.
all you gotta do is talk at the same time. They do too, and I'll be real good.
In 0.2
they're
miles,
parked there.
turn left
There's
onto
RVers.
I-8 East. There, was that good?
That was good.
In 500 feet, turn left on I-8 East. I think I have to get a little more
Turn
breathy with
left
that.
on South Butterfield Trail.
Cram.
Just follow the semis,
I
dear.
can't. I got my arrow. They went too slow. Now I have a red stoplight. I wish I could.
Damn it.
Damn it. Damn
All
semis. I beeped the horn because there's people, RVs for whatever reason, parked down there in a field or something, and they're all standing around talking outside. So I beeped.
They're probably just having lunch.
Yeah, probably.
So this is, just so you know, you're right there. You're going to be bypassing this corner thing here and then getting on I-8.
Okay.
So just follow the I-8 signs.
Okay.
Not that one. That one's westbound. We're going east.
Well, it says east right there.
Yes. I know, but I didn't want you to look at that one
And go
because that
straight.
one says west.
And say, oh my God, I gotta go that way. I'm in the right lane.
Yes, you just need to turn the signal on.
Yeah, I know. And I do.
See? That activated
The signal
word.
and they activated the light to change. Should have done that earlier.
So that thing that fell earlier, that I said don't worry about it because it's not going to leak or
It wasn't
spilling.
something that exploded.
No, it was the Ring
In
doorbell.
2.5 miles, turn
what?
left on
The
I-8
Ring
East.
doorbell plug
Oh.
that we had unplugged because we were.
One time we did. Yes, we did.
This is what you were thinking
Yes.
of, I think.
Yes.
I think they have like a giant dinosaur or something.
Wow, that's an old RV.
Yeah, it is.
Don't mess with this thing it said on the side of it.
Air Rex, I think it said.
This is a scary area. Very scary area.
Oh, good. Jenny said I did good with the RV tour.
Oh, good. Thank you, Jenny.
Bernie wants to know, what do we think of the Allegro Bus 45 MP?
Haven't seen it.
We haven't seen it in person. What looks good,
Well-
that was loud. What we've determined is what looks good on paper may not always translate well into floor plan when you actually look at it.
Yeah, so you always have to see it in person. We've seen the floor plan. They actually sent it to us before it came out. And
These semis are passing us in like these big wind bursts.
so we got to see the floor plan, and that was kind of cool. But it was an interesting, on paper, I'm like, okay, what is this? I wasn't quite sure. Like in the center, there's like a revolving door or
Turn
something.
left on I-8 East.
At least if that's the one I'm thinking of that you're referring to.
Okay, good. Brenda just found the blog post in my organizing.
Oh, good. So we have not seen one in person yet.
Yeah. He was wondering if it was close to the LP floor plan, and there are some similarities.
Well,
I don't recall offhand exactly.
we'll see it. We'll see one on our way back.
Or I think we stopped here once just to eat lunch or something.
Yeah. Hello, old
The
people.
big gravel.
Oh, there's the
parking lot
dinosaurs.
that's-
You're right. There's the
Yeah,
dinosaurs.
there's dinosaurs there too. It's a big gravel parking lot.
Oh, bump, 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 bump. Ugh.
It's cattle guard.
Damn, cattle guard. I saw the truck in front of me go bam, so I'm glad I braked hard. By the way, that's what we do. If there's something coming up, we yell out bump.
Well, especially if one of us is back in the bathroom or
Standing up.
you know, grabbing lunch. I made these wraps before we left, so they were just in the fridge. But if one of us is walking around or in the bathroom, we yell bump or we yell like sharp curve ahead or something.
Bridges, seams of bridges are the worst.
Yes, they are.
Turn left at the stop sign.
Okay. You want to show them the mountain view that we're about to turn toward? Or do you,
No,
you're
I've
reading.
got a
Never
lot
mind.
of
I
stuff
saw.
in
You
my-
got your computer
Yes.
and food and.
I had to push Whisper away because I couldn't do him either.
Why'd you stop there? Here we go.
Richard wants to know if you've spotted any more fighter birds.
I don't know who you are, Richard, but shut up. Shut up. Go away.
There's nothing coming.
I know, but I still have to stop. I can't go anywhere else because all these people, you know,
I know.
it's not like I can go past the semi. Moving right along, bum ba dum, foot loose and fancy free. I'm glad some of you guys out there saw our live stream of our concert, or not concert, but our gig, I should say, our party with Notes from Neptune. The second half, the second set is up there on YouTube now. The first set, we had audio mic problems with the feed, so I removed the first half, the first set out of the video feed on YouTube. At some point, I do have the entire party gig, and I will be digitally editing it with camera pans and stuff. It'll take me a few weeks to do that though, because I shot it all in 4K, and I have like 67 gigs of data that I have to put in and put in and render and work with.
Continue on I-8.
67 gigs of data. You heard me correctly.
Okay, so Doug wants to know how many people you think showed up at Quartzsite so far. We were there
I can't estimate that.
last week on Monday. We were there, and there were a lot more people in the boondocking BLM area than the previous years.
Yeah, there was.
As the show didn't start until Saturday, the RV Big Tent event. They didn't start till Saturday, and more people came. It was very busy that week. Once the weekend passed, though, things just kind of cleared out. I mean, there were still a lot of RVs, but things cleared out. Would you like another?
Feed me, Seymour.
So they're not like dry and gross like last time?
No, the last ones I wouldn't eat. They were really bad.
Well, these are more fresh tortillas.
Anyways, I interrupted you with your Quartzite talk. Sorry.
I was just saying. Now I'm eating.
No, you're eating. Yeah, there was a lot more people this year than last year at the same time. How many are out there? No idea. But there was a lot. A real lot.
Okay, Richard wants to know, Integra is bragging about being the quietest riding, best handling coach, and Newmar about comfort drive. Have you driven those coaches to compare with your Tiffin?
You have to understand, well, okay, now before I start talking, before I continue talking, everything I say is in my humble opinion. My opinion, okay? So don't be telling me I'm conceited or anything like that. It's my opinion. Start with Newmar, the comfort drive system. Great marketing idea. It does work. It's really cool. Feels like a car and everything. But, and they push it hard when you're talking to a Newmar dealer or what have you. They put, the comfort drive. Think about it. How often do you drive your motor coach versus how often you're parked and living in your motor coach? So, if I had two coaches side by side, one has comfort drive and one doesn't, and they're both identical, I'd go with the comfort drive one because they're both identical. Okay, and we're back. The MEVO camera, once again, is overheating. I never anticipated that fact, by the way. So, and this is the first time it's ever done that. So in any case, we were talking about Newmar, and I was talking about the comfort drive system. I believe that's where we went dead. And so, two coaches side by side, both identical coaches, one has comfort drive and one does not. Yes, I would take the one with comfort drive. However, if
two coaches not identical, because a floor plan, I would not buy the Newmar with comfort drive over the floor plan because that I like, because you want the floor plan. Think about, if I might have already said this and I don't know where I got cut off, but think about it this way. How often do you drive the motor coach versus how often you're parked? So the comfort drive is nice if you like the Newmar floor plan and everything, and it fits your needs, then that's good. You got comfort drive. But if the floor plan doesn't fit your needs, buying because of the comfort drive is not the reason. And I have met people who have bought the Newmar because the comfort drive. Oh, we bought it. Hey, the comfort drive, it's so nice. That's why we bought it. That's the wrong reason to buy it. Because
if I remember correctly, those people sat for 6 months at a time too.
Yeah,
and traveled and then sat for another 6 months.
You're right. So I'm thinking in my head, how often do you drive? Did you turn down a different floor plan that you liked better because of the comfort drive? So anyways, great marketing tool. They push it a lot, and Newmar does make a great coach. They were the second. They would have been our second choice if based on manufacturer. So in any case, that's my opinion on comfort drive. Once again, all of this is my opinion. In regards to Integra, yes, they are a quiet coach, and the reason they're quiet, and it's only on their more expensive models, okay? The reason they're quieter is because they have pneumatic seals around the door and slides. What that means is when the doors are shut and you go to drive and you set your system up for you air your system up, it actually inflates a little, so it's got a really good seal in that regard. But wind noise is wind noise, okay? When you have wind noise coming off the front pillars or something like that, or the front mirrors, because of how the wind is coming through, that is something you cannot get rid of.
We're a big giant rectangular box going down the highway.
Yeah. So right now the noise you might hear in this coach is mostly caused by that mirror over there and the wind going between the mirror and the side pillar of the window. That's where that wind rush is coming through, and no manufacturer can get rid of something like that. But with that said, the Integra, they have a pneumatic seal on their more expensive coaches, and that's why they can say that in regards to their seals on their door and what have you. There's my opinion. We personally don't like the Integra. We find they look nice on the outside and stuff, and this is our choice. Again, our opinion. They look beautiful. On the inside to us, we felt cramped for some reason. It was back in 2014. The wood was all dark. 13, when we were looking, yes. 13, yeah. The wood was all dark back then, and they didn't really have a choice.
Okay, this kind of scares me.
Yeah, that kind of scares me too.
The guy in front of us, we're passing him now, he's got a whole mess of stuff at the top of the trailer just strapped down.
He's overweighted too. He's probably with this.
Yeah. They actually, looking at these, I don't know when. Oh, I think Burning Man's in August or something, but that's like an old school bus converted into an RV that's...
Oh yeah, that's converted. So there's my opinion on the two. That really sucks.
And you know...
We've been traveling... Okay, and we're back.
Hi all.
Okay, we lost data. I think our electronic cabinet overheated. My main router overheated because I had no data whatsoever on, and our fan system that supplies air up there was off for some reason. I think it's because I turned it off when we were in the desert to save power. Well, it overheated. Now, this time it wasn't the MEVO. This time it was, well, just to give you an idea. Hang on.
And we're pulled over in a little rest area.
This is our network center that runs our coach for data. So we have a lot of crap, as you can see. Verizon Jetpack here, AT&T Jetpack here. These are the routers. Then it goes in. This is our master router, our switch, and our WeBoost, which keeps us connected the best we can on the road. So I think what happened, because we lost all data coach wide, and not just the MEVO. So we pulled over, and pulled over at a rest stop. There happened to be a rest stop coming up, And not to mention, when we first lost data, we are out in the middle of nowhere currently.
John said we can avoid this if we have a tow rig that has one of those SATCOM antennas and power station.
Thanks, John. Yeah, don't think I'm not waiting for the satellite systems to come out to put on top of the coach. I had a G74 satellite dish, but it wasn't mobile, only when you parked. But I'm waiting for the mobile dishes to become available, and I'm on the list to test them when they come out. I'll be right back. So you have to talk to them now.
Okay, make sure you turn your mic off. Oh, yeah, sorry everybody. I was sitting here on the computer and I was watching everything, and then everything just went dead, and the camera was still showing that it was red, that it was recording, but for some reason nothing was going out, and I didn't have any internet then, and then we realized, well, something's happening with the whole system up there, so we figured it out. But we are on I-8, which is a little more remote, so our data might still go in and out, but this issue was overheating. So that happens. We are live. Things happen. We were able to get into a little, it's not really a rest stop, it's more of a little picnic area, but it has some sites for big rigs, so we pulled in here so we could pull over safely. We have to figure out where the GPS is taking us, because when I'm looking at Google Maps, it shouldn't be as far as it's showing. So let me look it up and see.
Okay, I'm back online with my mic.
Back online.
And we're gonna, so when we, right now, Brian, this tells me that.
And you've got going to Picacho Peak State Park?
I
Because that Flying J's like one exit before it or something.
Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure this is where we're going, unless it did something else to us that we're not aware of. But we've been driving a long time.
That's what I'm wondering. I mean, we're still going the same way.
But we were only supposed to be driving 3 hours, and we're already 2.5 in.
This is what I was looking for. Quartzite to Picacho Peak, through Phoenix, 203 miles.
Where
the roundabout we just did is 211 miles.
Where do you show me getting? What's our next thing? I-10 again?
I-8 runs into I-10.
Okay,
yes.
and is that 178B?
Let me see.
Sorry guys, we're trying to figure out where we are at this point. We're not trusting our data. Our calculations, our time calculations are really effed up. Because this was supposed to be a 3 hour and something ride, and we're already 2.5 hours into it, and I don't think we're close.
What, did you have?
178B?
I don't know what that is.
Okay, so this probably has us routed somewhere else then.
There it is, 178A.
I want B.
I don't know what B is. B's.
Well,
B is not what we want.
Okay,
I'm going
to start moving forward and see where this thing, and then on your Google phone maps, you tell us where we are. Because right now, I'm not too sure where we are. I mean, it sounds weird.
No worries, I know exactly where we are.
How far before we stop then? You do not know where we are.
I told you that, and you said, no, the GPS is telling me different. And I said, well, the GPS is wrong. Right now, from where Google Maps says we are located to that pilot Flying J stop, because that's where I had it plotted, is 33 minutes away. Oh, 39 miles, I'm sorry, to the pilot Flying J.
And then from there, it's 12 miles to Picacho Peak?
Something like that.
Okay, and this tells us we still have 98 miles to go.
Yeah, see, that's routing you somewhere strange, love. I'm telling you.
Well, you and I both saw Picacho Peak.
And I don't know what 178B is, but both the computer and my phone say 178A.
I just stopped it. Now I'm going to say where to.
It's like 178A and B are right there.
Oh, by the way, for those of you who don't think we have enough torque, we're going uphill right now, and we're passing other RVs and what have you. And I'm still building speed going up a hill, a pretty good grade. 46 miles sounds about right. So I don't know where it was. I don't know where it was taking us to, but I do have Picacho Peak on here, and I'm reselecting it.
Continue on I-8.
And you have Picacho Peak State Park, because there is a Picacho, Arizona that's different.
Well, right now it tells me I got 49 miles to go to East
Okay,
Picacho
well,
Peak Road. That sounds about right.
That sounds better.
I knew we were going the right way. Don't get me wrong. I'm just confused on the time.
Well, and David was like, how is it that we can have so much more time left? And I'm like, I don't know where the GPS is taking you, but I know Google Maps, both on my phone and the computer, it's not that long. And
Okay, so then we want to stop at a Flying J
yeah.
or a Pilot. Which one did we decide on? Which one was the right-hand turn?
Let me see. The one when we get off the highway and is right there on the right-hand side is the Flying J. And that is 16189 South Sunshine Boulevard.
Look, there's
Eloy,
that bus
Arizona.
again, love.
Yeah. Eloy, Arizona.
Sunshine Boulevard.
South Sunshine Boulevard.
Got it. Okay, I'm going to select that. And I'm going to have go and make it as our next stop.
Continue on I-8.
36 miles. Okay, so we're 100% back on track. Woo!
You don't think it was like trying to route you back to Eagle View RV Resort, do you? Because if I'm looking at that exit that you told me,
Yeah.
that's I-10 going back into Phoenix.
Oh, that's
Going
weird.
north into Phoenix. So, I don't know if that got messed up somehow.
Anyways, hey, live streaming. We're live. Anything can happen. That's why you guys are watching, right? Because you're wondering if we're going to make it.
Okay. Let me see what people are chatting about.
Okay, back on track.
Back on track. Blah, 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 blah.
Hey, and this time I'm
blah.
not playing music or anything because Google kept pinging me for copyright infringements.
Yeah.
Yeah, last time we did this, you know, we would play music in the background or turn up the music and listen to some music or something, and I get all these pings from Google on copyright notices. And so that's why there's no music.
Okay. Just trying to figure out where we were and where we're going on as far as the chat.
The messages?
Yeah.
Okay.
'Cause well, what's nice is people are chatting amongst themselves
While we're offline?
While we're offline.
That's so nice. We got such good followers. Thanks for doing that, guys. Thanks for hanging around.
People are agreeing that floor plan is the key.
I don't even know where we lost it, where we dropped out, what we were talking about at the time.
Yeah, this time the camera, as I said, still stayed red, like it was still transmitting. It was just our data this time that overheated. Yeah, someone said we were abducted by aliens.
We could have been out, and where we are here, man, there is nothing out here. Nothing out here.
Okay, glad to hear we're back. Where are we headed now? We're going to Picacho Peak State Park for a few days just to relax.
Actually, we're going right now. We're going to a Flying J.
Well, right now Flying J, then Picacho Peak, like what, one exit up or something.
Yeah, so you guys get to, if you stay with us, coming up soon in 33 miles, you get to go see what it's like to go through a truck stop. Woohoo! How exciting, huh?
Both hands on the wheel, Dave.
Hey. Is that my mom watching?
No, but it's somebody named Papa Bell.
Oh, Papa. That makes sense then. Wow, look at that view. Turn that camera around. Show them the view. Please.
I will try, but I'm not
No,
sure.
just spin it. No, just spin it. Remember, it'll stay connected.
I know, but I was saying I'm not sure how far out they'll be able to see that will look interesting to them. Or if it will just be a straight line.
Let's see. You can't see the horizon like we can.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
That's what I was saying.
Okay. That was worth a shot.
All right.
You can't see the horizon like we can, so
Good try.
take a look at the windows
I
when you do
am.
that.
I am.
That's good.
I was just waiting for it to catch up. All right. Oh.
We tried to show you the view we see.
Yeah, the horizon is just mountains everywhere. It's pretty.
Pretty, but it's too far in the distance for the camera to show very well.
Okay. Russ says, I thank you and encourage you to continue to talk about what you like and don't about floor plans. Your experience helps us to make better informed decisions.
Oh, I'll give you one of these then. People ask us if we like having an all-electric coach, meaning that what that means is we don't have propane on board.
Yeah, that's a big one that people ask us about.
Yeah, they ask us about a lot, and
Especially out in Quartzsite when we were boondocked and dry camping.
yeah, and we can really say that we prefer an all-electric coach because we had one with propane. Our first coach had propane.
Yep.
And we like a coach without propane for a couple reasons. One, we have more storage on the coach because the big propane tank doesn't have to take up a bay and a half of cargo. So that's one reason. And the second reason is propane is not very efficient as diesel fuel. When you're burning diesel fuel for heat in a boiler, I'm gonna go back over there. Jeez, that road. Sorry, and of course now it changed again.
I was looking for chocolate. Sorry.
Any case, we find the propane to be not very efficient BTU-wise for heating and for cooking. So the electric coach has, in ours, we have an aqua hot, which is a diesel boiler, which does our heating for us, which is much more efficient. And also we use an induction cooktop for cooking, which is much, much faster than propane ever would be. So between a propane coach or an all-electric coach, at this point, I would always go with an electric coach.
And that's our opinion.
That's our opinion.
A lot of, some people who dry camp for a long, long time, and that's what they prefer to do, they may prefer propane. I know there were some people that came out to Quartzsite to meet us to Uberfest, and they're just like, yeah, we're out boondocking months at a time. And they were all fully hooked up with solar and everything, and they had propane for heat and for, cooking, and that's fine. We don't boondock as much, so solar panels really, we're not going to invest in, putting a bunch of those on, and we have really no need for propane because we don't boondock a lot, so floor plan is key.
Yes.
Yeah, Dave and Barb, they said what I had figured out when I zoomed in on Google Maps, the exit numbers, 178A is east to Tucson, which is what we want, and the GPS for some reason was telling us 178B, which is west to Phoenix.
Weird.
So it was plotting us somewhere weird, or maybe doing some kind of weird roundabout. I don't know what it was doing.
I know what it was doing. It's trying to get us back to the road that we shouldn't have turned off of, and it was trying to get us back to that road originally. That should bring us back the other way then.
Probably.
Stupid ass GPS.
See, this is why you don't fully 100% listen to your GPS and you know your route. And I knew the route on Google Maps. I had it all plotted out. We've done this route many times, but I had it plotted out. And I wasn't, but David was panicking a little bit because he said this doesn't make sense.
I wasn't panicking.
No, you weren't panicking.
I wasn't panicking.
But
I was like, wait a minute, we still got another hour and a half to go per the GPS.
And you said it doesn't
and
make
that doesn't
sense.
make any sense.
And I agreed. I said, I don't know where it's taking you because it's not that long.
Great.
So we figured it out.
I almost made Brenda drive because I didn't want to drive anymore. If we had another hour and a half to go.
I
wouldn't have to make her drive. If I wanted her to drive, she would drive. She would have no problem doing that. She would step right. Let's do that now. Kidding. Joke. Do not try this at home or on the road.
Okay, Adele. I remember Adele in Saudi Arabia
Wow, that's just amazing.
wants us to know about our cat and how they're doing while traveling and where we keep the litter box in the RV. Adele, we have 2 cats right now we travel with, BK and Whisper. They travel beautifully. They're just sound asleep right now on the couch and the chair. They both have their own little respective spots that they go to when our slides go in. They know we're traveling and they just settle down and go right to sleep. When we're traveling, I have the litter box underneath our kitchen table, which is more mid-coach, because we have a diesel pusher, so our engine is in the back of the motorhome. And the cats don't like to go back there with the noise
And that's
everything.
normally where the litter box is.
And that's what I was going to say. That's normally where the litter box is when we're parked. There's a back closet, a walk-in closet back there, and I have the litter box back there. And they're fine with that, but traveling, they don't like to go back there. So I have no problem moving it up forward when we're traveling because they do use it when we're traveling.
Now, are you looking at old messages or current messages?
No, I'm scrolled all the way down. I'm at the current
Okay,
messages.
good. I just wanted to make sure because maybe she might, because we went offline for so long, she may have left us. And
No,
I was just curious.
I was past all of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, for those of you who don't know and just joining us and wondering what the hell you're watching, I'm David,
And I'm Brenda.
and we're from OutsideOurBubble.com. You are currently traveling in a 2014 Tiffin Allegro bus, model 45LP. We are 45 feet long. We are 42,000 pounds in weight. We're pulling behind us, not dragging, pulling behind us.
If you're dragging, you need to tell your pressure monitoring system.
Yeah, if we were dragging, that wouldn't be good. We're pulling behind us a Jeep Grand Cherokee. I think it weighs like 5,600 pounds. And with that back there, we're a total length of 67 feet long.
Whisper, no.
Yes, Brenda does drive the
over
motor
here,
coach,
buddy.
and she drives it extremely well. And
He was going to jump on the back of your chair.
our average miles per gallon that we get in the motor coach, loaded for travel and everything, like we normally are, is 7.5 miles to the gallon.
Sorry, I got
So that-
distracted with Whisper.
So that's the spiel. And for those of you wondering, hey, how come I can't see out the window? We do have 2 other live cameras. Go to OutsideOurBubble.com, click on live cams, and you'll find a dash cam view and a rear view, and both of those are live 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And this is Whisper.
He's our 19-year-old boy. You can see he travels wonderfully. Just woke up from a nap. All right. Someone's sitting in their coach in California watching us.
Why aren't you driving?
Barbara says, my 2 cents. I think it's nice to be able to talk to each other and have lively, interesting conversation together without getting testy. Yeah, we don't really get too testy with each other, only if we've been like driving 14 hours straight and we get really tired
Grumpy.
and we get grumpy.
Well, did we come off as testy or something? What was she replying to?
I don't know.
I don't know what she was replying to, because I don't think we were testy.
I didn't take it as you were getting testy with me.
You're a bitch. That's from a movie.
Yeah, we do movie quotes a lot.
We do movie quotes.
Hi, buddy.
Super green. Is it green? Was it green? Super green. What's that from? Anybody know? Anybody know what that's from?
I know.
I know you know. I want to see if anybody out there knows.
We'll give it a minute for someone to...
Yeah, it takes time for it to go through, I know.
Hi, buddy.
Well, we're 11 miles to our exit, which is correct 178A.
Well,
Yeah.
that's not the Flying J, though. That's where we meet up with I-10.
Yes, our next exit.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
that's what I said.
That's not us getting tested.
That's not us getting testy. Not at all. We're married 23 years. We don't have kids. We sold a 4,200 square foot house, went full time on the road 4 years ago. We figured we can always buy another house. We might not always be able to travel because of health reasons or whatever. So we decided to hit the road and explore and meet people and see things, and that's why we do this. It's a way of life. I mean, it's a lifestyle. It's a choice, lifestyle choice.
Yeah. Someone was asking about the movie Soylent Green.
What?
I don't know what that is. No. If that's a movie, then no, that's not the movie. Right, well, you said super green.
Super
Is
green.
it green? Super green.
Was it green? How green? Super green.
Yeah. Is that Arizona sun? Yep, Dino said Fifth Element.
That's because he read Mr. B's reply. Or he's just responding now because his video is behind everybody.
Oh, it must be. You got the vent on.
I got the vet on, yeah.
I like this person's screen name. You are freaking me out too much. That's their screen name.
So don't watch us then.
They say having Dino said yes, my video is behind because they said Fifth Element.
Yeah.
I'm getting that too.
From T-Mobile.
Or is it?
Or
T-Mobile?
Verizon, excuse me.
It's true.
Can't tell at this point. We're still
Dino.
broadcasting.
I'm sorry, it's pronounced Dino.
We're still broadcasting, so.
Okay, when we bought our Tiffin, what?
Tiffin, Newmar, and Integra. Integra got blown out of the water real quick when we went and visited the plant.
Made an appointment to take a tour of the plant.
I'm not going to get into that.
Yeah.
And then it came down to Newmar and Tiffin, and Tiffin won out over floor plan and also company. I mean, I take that back. Tiffin won out a floor plan for the most part, and they're a really great company. Newmar is also a very good family-owned company like Tiffin. So I would have been happy with either in regards, very happy with Tiffin.
Yeah. Their customer service is great. And then I have issues.
Yeah, you're going to have less issues, but you're going to have issues.
Yeah, you'll have less issues probably, but you will still have issues. They're made by humans and things are going to happen. I think it's all in also how the manufacturer deals with those issues after the fact.
That's the important
The customer service, and
the
that's
service
important.
after the sale. That's the important key.
Craig wants to know what's our most favorite place to visit on the road.
Oh, that's hard.
It's hard to say because this country is so vast and different. Every place has their own. Up a lot. Utah, and just, well, we've only seen the southern part of Utah, but I mean, there's just so many. It's beautiful, and there's some that we like to frequent and go back to. Like in a few days, we'll be in Fredericksburg, Texas. Well, in another week, we'll be in Fredericksburg, Texas, and we love that town, and we try to go back there at least once a year.
We wanted to buy land there. Now it's way too freaking expensive. We should have bought it a long time ago when we were looking.
Yeah, we should have. Oh well.
One of our favorite places we've ever been is Newfoundland, though not in the U.S. It's Canada province.
Yeah.
And Newfoundland was just wonderful. Oh, that was such a wonderful place.
Am I okay to close this tab on your computer
Yes.
with the Unify?
Yes.
Okay.
Close out any tab you want at this point except for whatever you're using to chat with.
Yeah.
Oh boy. And of course, we're driving directly dead smack into the wind today.
Yeah.
Usually the wind comes out of the west, but now, for whatever reason, we're driving directly dead smack into the wind. So our gas mileage is only
Hi,
6.5 miles to the gallon because we're driving smack into the wind.
Adele in Saudi Arabia wants to know if we've ever thought about stopping RVing and going sailing.
Nope.
We could do. My got it.
Ha ha ha.
I'm just ignoring you.
Oh, jeez. Fine.
On the bending, we can see it at the distance.
So we're 12 miles to Flying J. Then we have to stop there to fuel up. That will take a few minutes, depending on how many rigs are there. And then we're another 12 miles to Picacho Peak State Park. I
Yeah.
don't know how long it will take you to pick up your wife, but if you hurry,
You can always play it back later.
yeah, you can always play it back later. That's for sure.
Oh, Barbara says about us getting testy.
Yeah.
She said that was a compliment. You guys seem to be more even-tempered and not testy or grumpy. Been married over 35 years and I know testy. You guys are fun to watch as you travel with your banter and information. Yeah, Barbara, I think we try not to get upset at each other. It doesn't help anything, but stop. You have, if you've seen some of our past travels, we've traveled like 14 hours straight just to get somewhere because it was an emergency. We had to get there or something. See, this is where your GPS was having you go back to Phoenix.
Yeah, that's just effed up.
So anyway, the long trips, you know, even though we both drive and everything, it gets tiring and we get a little grumpy with each other. But I don't
Grumpy.
think we get really mad.
No.
I don't think we've ever done that.
No.
Mark says he's new to our site. He also has a Tiffin 45 LP.
Yay, great coach.
Nice to see how you travel in your coach. We live in Dallas, so welcome to Texas.
We're not there yet.
We're in Arizona right now. We will be heading to Texas soon, but not for another week.
Fredericksburg, yeah.
Yeah. And first we're going to Fredericksburg, yeah.
We'll arrive in Fredericksburg on, let's see, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
Richard says, you're talking of chocolate. What is David's best chocolate bar?
My best
He likes chocolate with raspberries.
chocolate with raspberry,
Yeah. But not like the chocolate bars that have like the raspberry gel in them.
not the gel. It's
there's
gotta be
a-
real raspberry.
Yeah, there's some out there that have the real raspberries in them. That's
So now we're back on I-10.
oh, and Richard's asking how your dad's doing. He's nothing's really changed. He's basically in the nursing home and
I don't
there.
know when you last heard, but he went to the
Yeah.
hospital. Then he
went to the hospital on
didn't make it out of the
Thanksgiving Day.
hospital. Ended up going to the nursing home. Hasn't for rehab and hasn't made it out of the nursing home.
Yeah.
So that's about that.
Oh, somebody says hi to my favorite travelers. What do you think about for travel? I was thinking of buying this for my new home.
Ching ching. Then you must have more money to do with than you know what to do with.
You know, if floor travel is what you want and the floor plan works for you, that's all we keep stressing is floor plan. Make sure it works for how you want to live, then
And
more power to you.
And we've looked at Prevost, we've looked at for travel. We found them not livable for full timing because they didn't have the storage capacity that
Yeah.
we needed for clothing and dishes even.
There was a one Prevo we looked at, beautiful coach, didn't feel homey.
Didn't
but,
feel homey at all, no.
You know, we were curious, and I was looking in the cabinets, and the cabinets, there's a cop on the right shoulder.
I see them.
The cabinets, when you open up the cabinets in the kitchen, they weren't even deep enough to put a dinner plate in. So they're, in my case, that's not livable to me. That's
They're
what are you gonna do if you can't put a dinner plate in your cabinet?
They're beautiful coaches.
Yeah,
Oh, they're
they are.
gorgeous coaches. Now, I understand if
Ooh, they
they had
the
them in
guy
handcuffs.
There
Yeah.
was two cops there.
If I scratch this coach tree or something, I may get upset for a few days. If I scratch a Prevost or a Ford Travel or a Marathon, I will cry for weeks. The paint job alone on those things are so expensive and even more so to repair.
Oh, that's good, dear.
Well, it's true.
It is true. Going through Casa Grande now, by the way. Big RV parks out here because
Yeah.
a lot of people stay here all winter.
So right now we're 5.4 miles to our exit where we're going to go to a Flying J fuel stop. So that's coming up soon, so stay tuned.
Woohoo!
It's called a teaser. Oh, the camera has kind of shifted toward me.
Did it?
Yeah, look,
Oh.
it likes me better.
Stop.
Kind of drifted. It's probably not tight on the base. There you go, you're back. Well, you never were lost, you just weren't.
I was never lost. You just didn't see my side window. And sometimes it might be interesting if you're passing a semi or something.
I see one trying to get on and I see this guy here, so I'm trying to get over to let this guy change lanes.
Yeah. That is
Did it! What coordination we both
really
had.
big.
Wow, cat factory.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, cat trucks, cat loaders,
Is that a factory though? I mean, I don't
It's a
see any building.
Well, it's all cat.
It might just be a storage facility, maybe.
Bump, bump, bump.
Because there was just a small building there.
Ugh, hate that. Once again, it was a bridge.
Anybody else got any other questions?
No, they're all waiting to see what happens at a truck stop.
Yeah. Tina says, love the dash cam. What kind is it?
Which one? The one you're watching us on or the one that you're looking out our front window on?
Well,
There's two.
Tell her both.
I will.
Do it. Do it.
Jeez.
Do it.
Go bitch. You're a little bitch. The one that you're watching us on is called a MEVO, M-E-V-O, MEVO, getmevo.com. It's built for streaming purposes. This is all it's made for is streaming. That's its not sole purpose. You can use it for other things, but that's what's its intended purpose. The other camera out the front and the rear view is a Micro 7 camera. Micro.
Town. There's a Jellystone and a jump up on Daddy either.
Or
Well, lay down, buddy.
Or get near people at all.
Or get, yeah.
1.25 miles. Take exit 208.
Does it go? He would have liked to have.
We went over and saw him. He's doing good for his age and everything. He's still really. We've stopped at this one before. Love. This is the one with the.
See so.
So we're gonna turn the camera around so you can see us,
Okay.
Turn right.
and you can see what it's like going into a truck.
Say it again. When you go to a truck stop, you need to look at Google Maps to see where the entrance and exits are, a sign or anything telling you which way to turn.
We picked the wrong truck stop because we can't. I'm not, love.
Okay.
Trying to be in a trailer, and he's a pickup truck.
Yeah.
So now what happens is we sit and we wait, and they move forward. And
He's a pickup truck with a trailer.
oh, great! And now he's going inside.
He could have. He's not supposed to be here in the trucker lanes.
He's not. You're right.
He won't have the right credit card.
No, because they can't. Even if this truck is done pumping, he can't move forward because there's a truck in.
It's probably not going to be easy.
So we have to wait it out.
The other truck stop could be.
Now the good news is the positioning I'm in right anyways got a truck in front of them. Most of the time it moves pretty good.
Most of the time the truck stops are, but right now it's 2:25 in the afternoon.
Yeah, this shouldn't be busy.
Okay,
a guy came in and got into the side cab. I hope he keep right out when we're done fueling.
Yeah, it looks
And
like
he is.
Yay!
Yay! Okay, so neutral. And I'm going to go outside now, and you guys can just kind of sit on because diesel is.
I unlocked it already.
Thank you. Almost dropped my.
Westie's Den. You say at least motorhome specialists. We actually went to motorhome specialists in and out of them and look at them. Had our 2008 Tourmaster in, and we were looking at motor coaches. Well, we went to motorhome specialist in his 40s then. I was in my upper 30s. We had our other coach. We could afford, an older couple come in, and they went right to them and ignored us after them. Okay. Timer, Craig. Don't get one. You know, maybe try a 30 little teardrop trailers and go to people like us. Of course, we're different. We started with the 43-foot code, smaller.
What? We didn't lose our feed though, it's there. We're still feeding, right? Here's person's
Buffering, so
could be a number of reasons.
yeah.
Still see mine though.
Please drive to highlighted route.
Yeah, Richard, I'm not sure. I do seem to keep buffering. It could just be the area because we're surrounded by metal trucks and there's a metal roof over this. Let's see what I have. Oops. I gotta do my job first. Hang on. It's not going up at all. Let me try that again.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay, and I'm back too. I had to mute it for a second. Sorry.
Okay, and now we're gonna.
I had to write down all of the gallons and stuff that we did. And now I'm in the back getting peanut M&Ms. Because, you know.
And I'm
chocolate.
starting the coach to move us forward to get us out of the gas bay. So there's somebody behind me.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't get deaf today.
You had a phone.
Real quick. So.
Yeah. And remember, you gotta go out the same way you came in, so you gotta turn. 92.013.
Okay, so.
What was I just gonna say? Oh, you put the fuel cap back on, right?
Okay, yes.
Leave it.
Well, we'll leave it so they can see.
You have it actually angled down.
Far away right now. Am I still good on the right, left there, baby? I can.
On
right.
the right?
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm sorry.
You
Yeah.
gotta go around these.
Whoa, 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 buddy, where you going?
This
Okay,
is
you're
his.
Yeah. See Picacho Peak in the distance. Well, whoa, there's something in the road here.
And I don't want to run
I don't
over.
want to hit either one of that.
Not gonna chance that.
Nope.
I was kind of chuckling when we left the Flying J because.
Oh, that was the. Okay.
a lot of Flying J's have them, but not all do. But we don't go to the RV pump fit, but it's very tight, very difficult to get in and out with our length.
Very, very quickly compared to
Yes.
a regular nozzle.
We have 150 gallons we can hold, so if we're sitting there waiting, we could be there half an hour trying to pump up.
Yeah.
But I was kind of chuckling, and somebody really hit them. They were like laying down, hit them.
Okay.
That's why we don't attempt to go.
But as soon as we come around this bend up here, right directly in front of us, will be with a horse saddle kind of on the.
Only as good as our data.
So on the right-hand side of the road right now, you can see off in the distance.
Again.
What? Oh,
It's turned again. Because I had it straight.
it's just not turning the base. So to the right up there, can you really see it or not? Straight, yeah. Well,
really.
straight ahead. Straight ahead. That's the mountain range.
It looks
Oh,
like a
that's-
saddle.
It looks like a saddle. That's Picacho Peak. It's one of the highest peaks in this area, and it's very distinctive looking. I already said that though.
Yeah.
So we got 8.4 miles before we get off there, and then we'll drive in and you'll see these giant saguaro, I said it right this time, saguaro cactus. That's not broadcasting.
That doesn't look red anymore. It was last time I looked up.
You guys tell us what you'd like us to do at this point. We're 7 miles to our exit. And you're right on the fuel gauge. I got a quarter tank according to the fuel gauge. But that's why we got our other fuel gauge.
Oh. Yep.
I have to write Gary Harris and say, it stopped again.
Somebody says leave it. They want to, yep. They say leave it, keep it facing forward.
What?
Okay.
Wait a minute, I don't know how to take that.
It's going to be really beautiful when we get into Picacho Peak.
Yeah, so if you've been with us this long, stay with us because it's really beautiful. If you call your friends, let them know, get them online. Everybody click subscribe. If you haven't clicked subscribe, click subscribe.
Joe Carroll says, keep it there. I want to see me passing you.
Are you really on the same road, Joe?
He is. He said earlier he's in Tucson heading to Phoenix. Joe Carroll. He'll be passing us soon.
If somebody literally passes us
That would be hysterical.
before
Oh my God.
we got 5.6 miles. So if you're behind us, you better step on that.
No, he's going from Tucson to Phoenix.
Oh,
He's
the
in
other way.
Oh,
Oh, I'm sorry. I missed that. I thought
Yeah.
I thought for a second we'd have somebody pull up next to us and wave at us. That would have
We've
been
had
pretty
that
funny.
happen.
We have had that happen, yes.
Where was that? That was on the East Coast somewhere.
I-80. I thought it was on I-80.
I don't know. Oh, yeah.
So yeah, if you see us, we're all the way on the. We're all the way over on the, of course, the right-hand lane. So, and we're the big, beautiful coach that goes by. I'm a little biased though. If you pass us, cool. We got 5 miles to our exit to Picacho Peak, which is coming more and more in view, as you guys can see there on the right-hand side. And I'm going pretty slow. I should be. I'm only 63 miles an hour right now. I got the semi in front of me, and passing him would just burn a lot of fuel. And I'm not going to get further because I could see a shadow in front of him of another semi. So I'm just hanging back. The road is actually a 75 mile an hour road, and I'm only doing 62 right now.
I just worry if he's going to drop anything, but I think he just has sod in there.
Yeah. We have a campsite there here at Picacho Peak that we really like, and we were lucky enough to get it. It faces the sunset and beautiful sunsets. It's a really nice site, wide site, nothing behind us. So that's it right there. It's tall.
It looks like a saddle. That's all I can describe it as.
We've hiked it. We've gone up to the ridge. Won't do that again. On the other, you can't do it on this side. You have to go to the other side of Picacho Peak, and then you can hike that side. On this side, it's a sheer cliff, as you can. I don't know if you can. Actually, probably. This coach, we traveled some, but then we started staying longer at places before moving again.
Well, and also in the summertime we have our seasonal site,
Right.
and that's where our family and our friends and doctors are. So we stay up there all summer long, parked.
All the white campers.
So we're not really traveling in the.
Look at all the white campers.
Look at what?
All the white campers in there. There's a lot of them in there.
That's the RV park.
No, I know that, but I usually don't recall seeing so many white ones like that.
Well,
Like, huh. Okay, 2 miles to our exit. Picacho Peak is all of this now on the right-hand side.
somebody says, David, I know you like music. I'm at the Tamworth Country Festival in New South Wales, Australia.
Oh, wow.
Very cool.
Don't know what that is, but sounds interesting.
It's a music festival.
I was hoping for a second there you're going to say, we're playing a gig in town here or near Picacho Peak if you want to come out and play. That's what I thought you were going to say at first.
Stephen wants to know, does all the dirt and dust in the desert bother you?
Yeah? It's dirt and dust. How can it not? Sorry.
Well, I always look at it this way. It's a nice place to visit, but I wouldn't want to live here. We're used to green grass and trees and stuff. So I don't think I could live out here. But we do like to visit for a few months and enjoy the warmth and stuff. But then after a while, I'm ready to get out of the dust ball.
By the way, we discovered Picacho Peak State Park because we stopped here. There's another RV park here also. And we stopped here for the RV park. And when we went to pull in, they said, oh, we're sorry. This is a 55
Joe
and older
just
park.
passed us.
He did. Oh, there was a semi on the side of us.
He said,
Freaking.
there I go. I was the silver truck.
You should have told us what you were driving before. At least you got us. That's pretty funny. Now,
That
wait a
is
minute.
funny.
How are you watching us while driving? That's not right. That's not a good thing. Anyways, we found Picacho Peak State Park because we actually booked a RV campground up here. And when we went to pull in, they said, it's it's 55 and older. They wouldn't let us in. The park was half empty and they wouldn't let us in.
Yeah.
Because we were younger. 55 and older.
Even though at that time we had a brand new 43-foot Class A motor coach.
Yep.
They did not care. It's it's not like we were driving a 20-year-old,
Turn right.
Whatever. It was a nice rig.
It was a nice brand new rig. We have no kids. We just wanted a place to stop for the night.
Well,
they would not let us in.
55. Half the park was empty, so they didn't want the money, obviously.
Yeah,
Stupid.
obviously.
And then, but then we're like, well, wait a minute, what's this? Picacho Peak. It's right. Oh my gosh, it's a park. And so we went, and they're like, there's camping here, and we fit perfectly. And
Which was good because I remember it was getting to be dusk,
and we've been in love with it ever since.
We're
Okay,
like, where the heck are we?
So wait. There's Picacho Peak right there, guys. There it is. We're facing it. We're going into the park.
Picacho Peak State Park.
So there it is. This is the park. Ta-da! You made it! Yippee! So now I'm going to turn away from the park, oh, I don't want to hit this tree. They didn't clip that back, did they?
No, they did not.
So now we're going to enter the park.
I don't remember that.
And so, no, I don't remember that either. It looks new.
It's like a little, well,
Okay.
it used to be a gas station. I don't know what it is now. Maybe a little restaurant?
So here we are coming into the welcome area. Welcome to Arizona State Parks, Picacho Peak State Park.
Yay, whoop, whoop.
Whoop, whoop.
Okay,
And cattle crossing. So there's noise here, guys. A lot of noise. Gotta go slow.
Joe says he saw us. His wife is on the phone.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's pretty cool, though. That is pretty cool.
Pete, how long will we be here? We'll be here for 4 nights, so we're leaving Sunday.
Okay, so what you're seeing around you are saguaro cactuses, and you can see, you'll see more and more of them as we get into the park here.
Is it cactuses or cacti?
I don't
Arriving
know.
at Picacho Peak
But-
State Park on the left.
We're already here, you bitch. I mean, you stupid machine. I didn't mean that.
You can,
Anyways,
you can turn her off now. We know where we're going.
You can see how big these are. They're towering over us. And the funny thing about it is, the first time we came west, we stopped here. This was the stop we made. And this was the first time we had ever seen saguaro cactuses.
Yeah.
And we literally felt like we were on a movie set.
Yeah, we thought, there's no way these are real. They planted these for people, for tourists like us.
So it was quite the, we really, it felt like, because we'd only seen them on movie, westerns.
Yeah.
So it was,
Just
to
gotta
us,
watch
it was
the
like,
curbs.
wow, yeah, the curbs are very, very tight. I don't remember the curbs being this tight.
Wow.
Yeah, obviously they are.
They are.
Just trying to watch my corners here. And we're waving at the lady.
lovely
Okay, everybody on the internet, wave to the nice lady, nice park ranger. Everybody wave. And hello.
Somebody's excited to be here.
We love this place.
Okay.
It was our first park ever in Arizona that we stopped at, and we come back every year. Let me just get neutral. There we go. Last name is Bott, B-O-T-T.
Okay, you're in B16, Brenda.
Bingo!
Okay.
Good.
Look else, any rugrats?
No. Any rugrats? That's good. Looking for a license plate?
Yep.
Uber, O-O-B-E-R 1. Uber 1, O-O-B-E-R 1. And yes, we're not kidding about the license plate.
And the state?
Florida. And yes, I'm married. Just
Don.
checking. I mean, you know.
Gee,
Yeah.
disappointing.
I know it's a disappointment. I know.
This is better than mine.
Better than yours?
Gosh,
Yeah, would have been a good trade, huh?
Yeah, definitely.
Sorry.
Do you know the vehicle number?
Yep. Oh, Uber 2.
Oh, Uber 2, okay.
Yep. our
OOB is outside our bubble. It's our travel blog.
And by the way, we're broadcasting live right now on the internet.
Oh, really?
See the lapel mic?
Oh, yeah.
And the camera's on the dashboard. And we've been traveling. These people have been traveling with us for 3.5 hours.
Oh, gee.
And right now there's 73 people online.
Should have been quiet.
Shit, we shouldn't have talked about that. That's right. That's right.
It's recorded now.
Oh, okay.
Jeez.
My reputation and yours is ruined.
Yes, ma'am.
Let me get you back.
Thank you, ma'am. Oh gosh.
They are always a hoot.
They are really, really nice people here. They really are. I hope you guys got a kick out of that.
I wonder if your lapel mic actually picked her up.
I'm thinking it might have. It might have
Yeah.
picked her up. Yeah.
That would have been funny.
That would be pretty funny. The camera moved again. There we go.
Okay, yeah, we have to dump first.
Yeah, we have to. Yeah, so we're gonna go offline shortly here, guys. We're gonna find the dump station here. We have to unload the coach of its stuff it's holding, and then we can go park and stuff. So when
Technically, it's our stuff.
our stuff, that's true. That's a good point.
Not that they needed to know that. But,
No.
you know.
No. So what we'll do is
Whatever.
when we get there, we'll say our goodbyes to y'all when we finally get there. But we got to drive through the park still to get there.
Hey, I guess
Yes,
you know
ma'am.
what to do with these.
Yes, ma'am, I do. One on the dashboard, one on the thingy.
You want the map?
Yes, ma'am.
please.
Okay, our gate is now working, so it closes and locks at 10 o'clock.
Okay.
If you're going to be out,
We won't.
just let us know.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank
We'll
you.
give you the code.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Welcome.
Bye.
Thank you. Oh,
Wait, I
so-
forgot to give you a hug. Only kidding.
Flu season.
Flu season. What's that
That
movie
was-
quote from?
Yeah, there's
There's another movie quote. Wait, I forgot to give you a hug. What's that from?
I put the computer down.
Okay,
me
I just
see.
got to make sure I don't clip the stop sign back behind me. So just give me a second, because they have it really close. And I need my sunglasses now. Okay, so guys, here we are. Now we're going into the park.
Do-do-do-do.
And you need to look where the dump station is, my love.
Yes. It will be labeled.
It will be like, well, that's good. So look at this. Isn't this
Pete says he
beautiful out
wants
here?
to see us dump.
Well, I can do that. I can bring you outside with us, but when Brenda unhooked the camera the first time and walked back there, it said it was low battery and it was going to shut off. So
Yeah.
I'd have to try to unhook the entire thing, and then the audio would go away. And actually, no, I could be able to. I think I can. Actually, I can bring the whole thing out there. I'm pretty sure.
Joe
I
says
can.
it's cacti. Not
Cacti.
That, that
Joe.
makes sense.
Thank you, Joe. So yeah, so this is kind of cool. This is one of our. You're probably wondering, we went from one desert to another. True, but this time we have water and electric this time.
Yeah, these sites are plenty big enough for our rig, and they have water and electric.
And as long as there's no camp, Boy Scouts or Girl Scouts groups here, it's really, really super quiet.
And Ken Cheshire, you are correct. That is from the movie Elf.
Ding, 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 ding. Ken, you win our
Let's see.
gratitude.
I see. I said nothing.
Nothing. Yeah.
Okay, our gratitude is better.
And your name mentioned on
your
a
speed,
live
love?
feed. I'm not even at the speed limit.
Oh, I
20
thought it
miles
was
an
like
hour.
10 in here.
No, it's 20.
Okay.
I could back up the video and show you the sign.
No, that's good.
But yeah, you win us mentioning you on a live stream. Woo! Okay, now I'm
Take
speeding.
it as you will.
Now I'm speeding. So see,
Yeah,
now you got me. But isn't this beautiful?
This is one of the, as we said earlier, this is, I think, the first state park that we came across, and we just fell in love with it.
And we really did think that these things, we really thought we were on a movie set because,
All these cacti.
yeah, we never seen them other than on TV in westerns.
And it's easy on and off the expressway, I-10. It's right here. Their sites, I think, we're 45 feet long. Their sites, I think, are, what, probably 60 or 70 feet. I mean, plenty of room for
now-
our Jeep.
Look at that view we have. Look at that. That's
Yeah.
I don't know how far out you guys can see. Probably not like we can, but the view just goes on for miles.
Well, and at nighttime, you can still see I-10, and so you see all the, like a little town in the distance, but it's so peaceful out here.
It is. And when the lady said, "You look so happy to be here," we are, because we really do like this place.
Yeah.
So we're,
How could you not be happy going to a state park?
yeah, especially one as nice as this. Well kept as this too.
Okay, I'm gonna move the step cover
Okay.
because it takes forever to move it, so I'll just start
And
now.
then we're still looking for the dump station, guys, just so you know.
Well, it's right as we get into the campground area, which is
right
up
here, right. So we're just kind of looking. Is that? Let's see. Is it across the street or is it in the campground? Yeah, I thought you had the map, Pumpkin.
Oh, the map she gave us,
Yeah.
that would make sense. I just put it there for,
I don't know because I
Looks,
think
I
it's
guess.
down by us or where. This is campground, straight campers only. I'm waiting.
it says that they're at the dump station right now.
They're at the dump station.
Yes.
Okay.
There's two of them though. There's one on each side. So if you go there, you can go that way, love, because our sewer's on that side.
Okay. So you're sure?
Yeah, see where the
Okay.
lady's standing?
Okay. And that's the only dump station here.
Yes.
Okay. So you're gonna meet some other RVers if I take you guys with me.
Can you make that turn?
With our turning radius,
Yeah.
I should be able to make this turn. Look at that.
No problem.
Look at that turn. Gotta love this coach. Love the turning radius of this coach.
And just be careful of that water out there because we
I
just
know.
hope it's water.
Don't touch the water. Okay, can you jump out and give me a guidance of how far up I need to go, love?
Yes. I
Okay.
know.
Remember you're on microphone, so.
And remember your gloves.
Oh, we got another movie quote.
Yep.
We got to dump because the shitter's full.
Well, that's an easy one.
Okay, she'll probably say hello to the people, so I'm gonna just shut up for it.
Hi. Oh, he's fine right here. You're good right where you are.
Oh, I'm perfect?
Yeah, you're
Oh,
right across from it.
Look at that. Perfect stopping. Let's make sure the coach levels out now so we can fully get dumped. And I'll go ahead and turn off the engine so we don't bother those people with all the noise and bother everybody else. And let's see if I can take you guys with me. So I'm going to unplug the MEVO.
Let's,
And you're going to get dizzy for a second. So I'm giving you, anybody with vertigo, please do not watch because I have to spin the camera around to get it off the mount. So if you got vertigo, close your eyes now. Okay, you can open your eyes again. And
noise I'm hearing.
it's the fan up in the thing that we're trying to keep things cool.
No, I thought I was hearing something out here.
Ooh, look how close we are to the bush and stuff.
Yeah.
We just made this area, didn't we? Okay.
Well, I think we kind of
Oh,
went
oh,
into
my
it.
gloves I left in there. Can you grab this for me? Pumpkin?
Yep.
Okay, so here we are. Oh, we're not going to be able to talk to the other campers. There they go. Bye. Bye. Okay,
Oh, that's probably what I heard.
we're all the way up here, love. Why did you tell me we were fine? You're totally off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Do you want me to move up?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, here.
Brenda missed it
I
by
was
2
thinking.
whole bays.
I was thinking it was that bay
Missed
for
it by
some
2 whole
reason.
bays. Can you believe that? 2. Not one.
It's
two.
not like I live in this or anything, you know.
Now, as you can see by this park, there's a lot of pole campers here and Class Cs. We're like one of the biggest things in the park. And that normally happens for some reason out here. So we usually get stares, and I can see all these people are already staring at us. It's really self-conscious, by the way. Okay, go ahead, Bryn. And she can't hear me, so I don't know why I'm talking. Okay, almost. And she's got it. Great. Here's our bay. Here's my foot thing that I kneel on. And I'm going to put you guys over here. I have no idea. If this is working or not. I don't know if we're still transmitting. I'm assuming we're transmitting and you can still hear us just fine. And if you really want to watch us dump our load, then so be it. Who are we to say no to our readers, our followers, I guess? Hey, and if you enjoy this, then please click subscribe if you like this sort of thing. Oh, I will say that I do love my Wastemaster system. This hose system is awesome. It's an industrial hose and it has a cam lock. Oh look, more RVers are coming in. So I can't talk now because these people are pulling up and they left their engine running. Unlike us who turned off our engine. And we're locking that in. And now I come over here. Got to open up the handle because it's got a suction on it. And make sure this is all tight. And turn on our dump valves because they're electronic. Hey, Bryn.
Yes.
Can I have you just hold that real quick?
Hold it with my hand.
No, we'll just make sure, well, the
Okay.
top, there's a handle.
Yeah.
And here we go. And that's how we dump. That's all we're doing. And this will take a second, and when that's done, I'm gonna backwash into the gray tank, into the black tank to try to flush it out because it sat for a while. And then I'll shut the gray tank. That's what this system allows me to do is I can shut that handle there, which will close off a valve. And then what will allow me to do is I open up the gray tank, leaving the black tank open. And since it can't go anywhere, it'll all go into the back. The gray tank will go into the black tank, thus flushing it out. And then I can just shut the gray tank, open the black tank will then flow again when I open that valve, thus rinsing it. And then I can open up the gray tank, and the rest of it will come out.
It sounded complicated.
That sound weird? Yeah, it sounded more. I'll just show you. I guess it'll be easier that way.
It sounded more complicated than it really is.
Was. Okay.
Yeah.
So now at this point, the black tank is pretty much empty. There's still stuff coming out of it, so we're just going to give it a second. There's still stuff, as you can. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is, if you could shut that handle, Brenda. So I don't know if you guys can see this or not. Brenda just shut a handle on that. And I'm going to open up the gray tank now. And it can't go anywhere. So it's forced back into the black tank because that's still open. So it's forced back in to flush it out. So we're pushing all this gray water into the black tank right now, which is pushing stuff backwards, and hopefully we're going to get more gook out. Gook. And as soon as I see it equalize, I hear a drone.
It could be a bee.
Could be a bee.
There's a bee right there.
Okay, so now I'm gonna now shut the gray tank again, and Brenda can open that valve, and that black tank will be able to flow. So now it's rinsing again, and now the gray water that went into the black tank is now reflushing out again, I can see more stuff with it, papers and everything that was in the black tank. So this is one really cool about the Drain Master kit. The Drain Master hose system is it's an industrial hose. It uses a cam lock and not a bayonet lock, and it allows me with the seal to do something like that. Backfeed. It's kind of cool. Backwash. Now the other thing we can do to make sure we get it all, I'm going to go do that now, is I'm going to go inside the coach and I'm going to tilt it sideways just to make sure. Well, actually, we don't have to. We're not here for a long time, so we don't have to be completely empty.
Well, we've got the 4 nights here and then the 2 stops before we hit Fredericksburg.
Do you want me to tilt the coach sideways to make sure it's fully empty, or are we good?
I
think we'll be fine. We spent over a week.
Yeah, well, I don't think we need to.
Okay. So we're just going to let this
We
drain.
were only at, well, what, like 20-25% full in our black.
Yeah, I really hope this is broadcasting or we're just talking to ourselves.
I saw it still on the tablet, but I don't know about.
Well, it still showed red here, so I'm assuming we are. I'm just waiting for, I'm listening to the black tank empty, so I'm just waiting for that to finish.
It's warm out here.
It is warm out here. Yeah, it's warmer than we thought. I think we're pretty good there. So I'm going to shut the black tank. Now we're going to open the gray tank. And whoosh, here comes the gray water.
Did you have that open?
That's not me.
Okay.
That was the last person that was here, left it like that.
And he was hosing off this whole area, so.
Now the other neat thing about this Drain Master system is, it's, as you can see, Brenda's got a handle there, so we never have to touch anything. Everything seals when we're done, and I'm done emptying the gray tank. We can just shut that valve off, which seals it, and then I just take it and tuck it in, and we never really have to touch anything, which is awesome. Well, obviously, still wear gloves though, except for her. She didn't know she'd be doing this, so. But it's a handle, right?
And I
It's a
realize
handle.
in here you don't have those wipes.
No, I do not. I have paper towel.
I'll get you wipes. We've got a couple containers of them, the antibacterial wipes.
Now notice how efficient we are. We're doing this because we've done it forever. The people next to us are still trying to get their hoses out. They're still trying to get their hoses and they haven't even dumped them. So I don't know what's going on. I think they're finally getting it out.
They
They could be brand new, yeah. We might have to help them.
Stranger things.
Stranger things, not just. And well, that gray tank is just about empty now. And I guess, I don't know why you guys wanted to watch this, but might as well. We've been broadcasting this wrong, right? Okay, it's empty. So, all we're gonna do now, and I keep these everywhere, by the way, because you can kneel on them and they're really nice. So now,
It really helps when you're out in the desert and it's all rocks.
Rock.
You don't want to nail on that.
yeah, so all Brenda's gonna do now is shut that handle off. Wait a minute, actually, honey, will you open it? I'm gonna just drain the hose out that way just to be sure it's empty. And we'll shut the gray, and then we'll take this like this, and we'll go like this.
Yeah.
Okay, you can go ahead and shut that now.
Okay, valve is shut.
And then what I'll do is I take this red cap.
I'm gonna go wipe my hands now.
Okay, it goes into there like that, seals that off. Now I have a sealed hose.
And wipe the
It's
handle
all
that
sealed.
I'm gonna touch.
And these hoses are tested to 10 psi pressure. So when they're manufactured, they're put under 10 psi of air pressure, which is kind of cool because you know, that really shows, I guess it proves that the hoses are good to go. So now I'm just going to take this, roll it back in here like this. Nice and neat. Tucks right in real nice. I don't know if you can see any of this, but I'll show you in a second. And then that goes in there like that. So it's easy as that. That's how fast you can drain these. And I'll show you how that all goes together right here.
Here, love, let's put these in there.
Okay. So anyways, this is how it all looks when it's all together. My knee thing is here and my hose holder is here and the hose is all tucked away real nice. So that's that. So now we're going to move on to our campsite. Got to go out and up that. That'll be a fun turn to make, I tell you. Here, Bren. You can have the people.
I can have the people.
Put
Put them right here.
Just set them down?
Yeah.
Okay. And
There we go.
I hope that was interesting to somebody. Okay. Getting my gloves off. And
Okay, now we need to go find our site, but we're gonna have to unhook our Jeep.
do you want to...
Well, we're kind of at an angle, and I think that. Oh no, that's the camp post.
we got to go... We don't go down here. This is...
I think this is all the camping area, and then it's off.
Oh, you think it's down there? If I recall correctly.
Yeah. See. Here's the
We gotta
here's the dump
We're in the
here.
B-loop. Yeah, we're in
So
the B-loop.
we've got to go into that middle loop there.
Okay, so pulling in this way was actually perfect.
Well, that's what we had planned on
Well,
when we looked at it on Google Maps.
good point.
That way we could just gotta watch that bush over there, but I think
Yeah,
we're
the
good.
bush is fine. I'm just trying to, watching the car clearance. We're already past the bush.
Yeah.
Watch the camera so we don't dump it.
Oh. That'd probably not be good.
No.
So this should be loop A, I believe. Here, I'll turn you guys around.
There you go.
There. This is loop
Loop
A.
A, which we don't want. We want loop B.
We're going to B16, which we know where that is because we chose that site because we
Like
like
it.
that site.
Like it a lot.
This is loop B here.
Okay, so I gotta make the swing.
Yeah.
Or
Well, and as you can see, some of these are pull-throughs and some are back-ends
yeah,
too.
yeah. So coming in here with a 45-footer, as you can see, is not normally the norm. But there's some big fifth wheels.
It's doable.
Oh yeah, it's definitely doable.
Oh yeah, you just don't find a lot of bigger rigs staying at
Parks
state
like
parks
this.
and things, but we fit in a lot of state parks.
Yeah, so what, like I had mentioned to him earlier, because I saw all these people staring at us when we pulled around the corner. I
Yeah.
mentioned to him that we get stared at sometimes, usually when we come into places like this because we're such a large coach.
And I'm sorry if you're chatting on the computer, but I
Yeah.
have the computer down right now so we can,
This is more important.
yeah. You just got to watch tree branches and things that like jump out at you.
Jump out. Those trees just jump out. Tree! And what we're going to do, our site, I see it right here. What we're going to do,
It's up there one more, love.
yeah, but we have to unhook. So this is the
Yes.
flatter spot.
This is a flatter spot. You are
So we're going to
correct.
stop here and unhook real quick. And then
You got to
we-
take them out.
Yeah, might as well. I don't know if it'll work, but we'll find out again. Okay, if this works, great. If not, sorry about that. We'll be back. We're going to go outside to unhook the vehicle. I will take you guys with me. Hopefully it will work.
Keys would help.
And if it doesn't, then we apologize. Hey, and so if it stops working, we'll just say it now. I'm David,
And I'm Brenda.
and we're from OutsiderBubble.com, and you've been traveling with us from Quartzsite, Arizona to Picacho Peak State Park. And we're about to unhook our vehicle, and if we lose connection because of the Wi-Fi distance, we're sorry about that. I'm gonna have to put you down here, and you can watch if it still works. Okay, there we go. Stay right there. Sorry my back's to you. It's not normally a good thing, obviously. See how quiet it is out here? It is so quiet. Ugh, can't get this pin out.
Sorry, love. Let me help you with
That
that
pin
one.
is stuck.
Yeah, it's because it's bent.
And you chose to jam it in there versus, okay. See now there's a problem.
No, it was not this tight when I put it in there.
See, now what I have to do is I have to go grab a hammer or a rock. Let me try a rock.
Rock.
Rock. What movie is that
That's
from?
from a movie. Do we have more pins, right?
I think we might.
I think it's just an angle or something because it wasn't that tight when I put it in. Because I couldn't have put it in that tight.
Live streaming. You never know what's going to happen.
There we go.
Yeah. Okay, got it.
Ta-da!
Ta-da! Now don't drive into me with the Jeep because we're on a downhill.
Oh, man.
So don't take the brake off when you get in. Trying to go as fast as I can because if somebody comes down here, we're blocking the only route in or out. Or out, I should say. Or in or out, depending on which direction you're coming. Yeah, that'd be correct.
Hey, love.
Yeah.
The car's not turning on.
The car's not turning on? You got your keys?
I'm not all the way off.
It doesn't make a difference. It doesn't make a difference here. Do you have a key?
Yeah, I have the key.
Now we got problems. So now we got problems. Haha. It worked. She just didn't. I don't think she had the key fob correct. That's all. I'm glad it worked though. Kept you in suspense for a second. I hope she doesn't roll into me now. There goes the transfer case. I heard it. Okay, she needs to roll. You need to turn. Okay, this is a little trick to try to get these pins out when they're tight. You can try turning your wheels one way or the other to shift the front of the car. And unfortunately, we're just too tight here. Go straight. And now I'm gonna have to pop them. So I pop them and she can now roll forward a little bit to release some pressure. And she just did. And now that gives me the room I need to pull these pins. I only have you off to the side of the road only because if somebody comes by on a bicycle, they won't see you, so I have you over there. So if you can't see any of this, I apologize. Okay. Take this, tuck it away, like that. Take the cables, tuck them away, like this for now.
Yeah, I really had to sit there with the push button, holding it for a while.
That's
for it to want to turn on.
That's strange.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Was it maybe not seeing the key fob or?
Well, the lights came on.
Oh.
Dash.
Okay, so I'm gonna go pull around and you need to guide me in, lover.
Yeah.
I know where I'm going with it. I'm gonna grab the guys, people, all the people in the internet. Yeah. There we go. Hi.
I'm just gonna take the Jeep and park it in this site now so I can guide you in.
Okay. So, I don't know if any of that worked. I hope it all did. I hope the microphones worked and everything. Because we were behind the engine block. So. We were behind the engine block, so I hope it all worked. Okay, so Brenda probably still has her mic on too. So she may be talking for all I know. Restarting the engine. And, okay, and we're gonna move forward. And then Brenda's gonna park in the site next to us. And our site is the one right there. That's where we're going, right there in that upper area right there. Nice area. So I'm gonna put you back down and I'm gonna back us in. B16. Bingo. What we also like about this site is it allows me to come into this site here to back in. It's perfect. And now I'm just going to wait on Brenda real quick. She'll clear the area to make sure there's nothing behind us or anything. Make sure there's no debris, anything like that. And I do see her, and she's... She wants... Okay, so now she's guiding me in. So now she gives me the straight signal. And I keep going straight. I don't like it when she goes directly behind the coach, but what she's doing is she's going to the other side so she can see, make sure I can make a swing without doing anything. And now she's telling me I can swing. She says, keep swinging. I'm going to keep swinging. I can't see her when she goes behind me though. And we're almost, okay, now she wants me to go straight. And we're using these hand signals that we have that are perfect to use in regards to left, right, straight, back, and then how far back to go. And at this point, she's just giving me the straight back signal. And at some point, she's just going to give me the stop signal because we're going to be reaching our limit to where we need to go. And she gives me stop. And we're there. We're at Picacho Peak. As you can see, lovely cactus in front of us. Have a picture of our old girl Tasha sitting right here in front of our old motor coach with that cactus in the foreground. In the background, I should say. It was a beautiful photo, a nighttime, twilight type shot. But we're here, so.
I muted my mic.
Okay.
I think we just park our Jeep on this
Yeah,
side,
we have, yep, we do.
So we don't need to go super back.
Great, so, in any case, guys, here we are. We made it to Picacho Peak State Park.
I muted my mic back because I wasn't sure how noisy it was going to be back there.
And there we are. But,
Hi.
Hi. But in any case, So we made it here. We're at Picacho Peak. We went from Phoenix, Arizona, or excuse me, Quartzsite, Arizona.
Quartzite.
And now we're at Picacho Peak State Park. And it took us a little while to get here. For those of you who joined the travels, yay. Thank you very much for traveling along with us. And
there's our big giant swirl cactus right in front of us.
I just mentioned that to them.
I know.
And I told them about the
that.
photo with Tasha in it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, our old girl. Any case, we're going to get out of here so we can set up. And it looks like it's all good timing here. Everything's perfect weather-wise and stuff. And I hope we're still broadcasting.
So we can plug in and
yeah,
get the air conditioning on.
So in any case, I'm David.
And I'm Brenda.
And we're from OutsideOurBubble.com. And we're asking you, when's the last time you got outside your bubble? See ya. Bye.
Oh, hang on, your computer shut down.
I don't have to use the computer to shut them down, though.
I know.
Bye-bye.